Boom. Alright, there you go. Is my mic on, even? Yes, the mic is on. Sorry, there's no millions of commercials. I don't have a lot of people probably tuning into this one because who goes to dead channels, right? And that's my fault because I let the channel kind of... I don't know. So I want to touch base with people. It's not going to be the funnest stream. If I do a fun one, it might be later. I don't know. I'm not in a fun mood right now, so... I probably... So thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I really, really appreciate it. I am so sorry for everybody I just kind of lashed out at randomly when I was mad at a very specific person in my life and taking it out in general at the crowd and the chat. So that's part of it. Oh, there's a lot of stuff I found out recently that I didn't know. So, I don't know if I'm going to be prioritizing YouTube right at any time. If it's going to go back to like hobby, it looks like it already has for about the past month. So, I'm going to try and do better about that. With there's so much up in the air right now, personal life and home, and I've never been so scared in my life. No. So what's the situation? Well, a lot of things. I thought I handled COVID pretty well in 2020. I thought I handled that okay. I thought good afternoon, how are things? Things are alright. No, they're not. They're terrible. I'm just gonna touch base with everybody here. I will do a stream sometime. I've got the South Park thing loaded up here. I don't know if I'll regroup and do a separate thing, but past few years have been rough. I think they've been rough for everybody. I think so. Congratulations if we've made it past 2020 and 2021. You guys did great. We're here. That's not anything to laugh at. Look what we've done. We survived COVID. And 2021 and the aftermath. We survived the fucking complete insanity around us the best we could. So I hope so. I'm doing what I can to not get overwhelmed right now. So part of, like, I gotta be honest with people. Part of why I've been sort of nuts on stream, I was dealing with a not the greatest personal life. See, how do I say well, you notice I didn't play any commercials this morning, so somebody got on a plane this morning, and I don't know if that's going to take or not. We'll just put it at that. Yeah, so realizing that you're kind of in a codependent sort of thing with somebody who has no idea and doesn't understand any therapy speak at all, who, you know, will not, you know, discuss issues or work on things in any way, shape, or form, or have any, you know, here's what I will work on, and here's what I could agree to, and here's what, no, none of that. Just, you said these things, therefore I'll never get over that. And yeah, so I don't do well with people who have none of that in their past. Working today, listening. Oh, hey, Maserus. Yeah, sorry if I'm bothering people in their DMs all day. So I have no idea what people's schedules are and what's... Yeah. So having idiocracy, yeah. So there's that, and it's like you deal with that sort of thing, and I think surviving the internet is an accomplishment. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for that one. There are things I did not know 5 years ago that I know now that I am a stronger person for today on the internet, right? What's going on? Everybody in the house is gone. My roommate left today, and Rob got on a plane, and he hopped a plane, and his brother bought a ticket in secret yesterday. So I'm like, I'm calling your bluff. I'm not doing this begging you to stay shit. Yeah, I think you guys could tell that we've been this weird toxic codependent bullshit. There's a lot that you don't know. And yes, I yelled about it. So, and my reaction I'm not proud of, but I was not used to those circumstances, and I thought I did better. Hopefully I got to the right people because of the right person, and her name begins with a D, and I think you know who that is, and that's exactly why I went to you. So that's all I'm gonna say, and I'm not trying to pull anybody's heartstrings or manipulate or guilt trip, but I saw the warning signs with me, and don't have the tools, or when you're kind of pulling yourself up and out of it, it's like, okay, who do I go to, who knows and who's been through this and who can recognize this. So. Am I transmitting from what? I'm in Vegas right now, so that's the issue. So I gotta move, come up with all of this stuff all by myself with no help, find a place to live, hope I have enough income doing the other thing I'm doing, hope desperately I haven't pissed off the person I'm really trying to get in with, because I know exactly what I think he's doing. He's trying to trigger me and see what my breaking points are and what they are and aren't, and that's why I went to him, so he would know exactly what is best, because I trust him like a dumbass. Is this a bad person to trust? Is the person in Vegas here a bad person to trust with this? Because I'm feeling like I'm getting a little ghosted here, if you know what I'm saying. Feels like I'm gonna cry. Yeah. So all of this. Let's see. You're still here doing that. So my roommate just signed over a car to me. He's nice enough. My ex-roommate, which is the boyfriend before the one. Yeah. So that's the situation. It's like, how much do I even go into in like the extreme detail? It's like, I did all the steps that I needed to do to improve the things that were bad that I did in the past this time around, with the exception of going to help from people I thought I could trust when I had situation. I don't know. I'm still learning. It's like I'm still trying to get better in this life thing. So yeah, I'm going through that right now, and it's kind of overwhelming. And and then there's a health thing that I completely have been ignoring. So last year, I don't know how much of this I'm even comfortable with saying, but I'm dealing with a health thing that right here for enough to get you to love me or not. See, I don't know, I might dye it black again. I might go back to black. I had it black for a while. Now the red's fun. The red's punk rock. The red doesn't mean anything. I'm not a feminist issue. I actually want a man to support me. I think that's the problem. But I think men and women, right? You get this men and women combative, feminism shit, and the internet has enabled a whole demographic of people who are angry they can't make enough money to blame the opposite sex. Because I've certainly blamed men that I don't have the freaking ability to pull in the incomes, right? That I had other issues that I was dealing with where my life path took me in a different direction. And I think I did pretty damn good considering all the obstacles I had in my path as a kid and, you know, younger, and all the issues and things that I've had. I think I've done pretty darn good considering the bad coping mechanisms that I learned from people you're supposed to get good coping. Like, okay, don't tell an 11-year-old kid throw a pill at a problem. Okay, that's enabling a lifetime of drug use, I think, isn't it? So, God, I'm using all the therapy speak. Oh, I hate that. I'm using all the therapy speak. And, like, if I use those tools and I have that sort of thing, it's very difficult for me to kind of regress to somebody who doesn't, I suppose, or doesn't have any sort of communication thing. So there's a lot of stuff I was dealing with, right? And dealing with, like, so now my trust is on the floor, on the ground. The 2 women in your life go through the same thing. Yeah, I know. It's like I'm starting over again for the 3rd time now. And because, like, I started over with YouTube. Like, that was my big, you know, like, and it's not even like, I'm not even sad that, you know, about a relationship, you know, because that ended months ago. That ended months ago. That's not what I'm sad about. I'm sad about now what I'm gonna do. Now I'm alone and I need somebody to help me move, which is awful. And, you know, I'm lonely, right? More than anything, right? And I was talking to my roommate. They're like, he was like, oh, or my ex-roommate now, about this, right? Yeah, you don't all know what's been going on. You don't know. Yeah, I took Rob to the airport this morning. So, when you realize that somebody very important from your past not only watches you, but there might be more there still, you don't do anything to stay in the relationship you're in. So I'm going to take 100% accountability for that one, for doing everything I could to get him to go once I noticed this person from the past was, at the very least, paying attention again. Is that all that took? Is that all that took? Was knowing damn well you're watching me? I think that's all it took, was knowing damn well you're watching me. Was the goal just to get me out of a toxic relationship? If the goal was just, you know, hey Seattle, was the goal to get me out of a toxic relationship? What's your intention? You're with somebody, you're not with somebody. I haven't watched South Park. I have no idea what people are trying to tell me. I have somebody here in town who's also a past from the 90s. I did not know, because I'm dumb. I did not realize that was the same, because he looks so different. That's all you need to know. Oh, and is it okay to beg somebody for a job that you might have begged? I don't know. It sucks. I know. So I'm starting over again, right? And I'm like, what am I doing? Start over again. God damn it. I'm too old to start over again. Oh, David Morris. Holy shit, 50 pounds. Thank you. Take my money. Thank you. I wasn't out here like begging for money, and I'm trying not to cry because I'm trying to keep I've been crying all day, and I just ate like a massive dose of freaking gummies. Not really that much, but it's just numbing everything now because I'm trying not to fucking cry my eyes out. I'm trying to get angry. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me. See, now I'm gonna cry. Is it why? Oh, I'm not even jumping into anything right now. I'm just like, it's not jumping into anything. It's just, I got too much to deal with right now. That could be a real big opportunity to just jump and move somewhere completely different if there's nothing here in town holding me. So I think this is the thing. I'm like, do I jump for the thing? Do I jump somewhere completely weird and random? Do I just get on a fucking plane and go? Just get rid of all my shit and and just get on a plane and go, or do I, you know, it's like, what do I do? What? Yeah, right now that I know. Nostalgia. Oh, it's not just nostalgia though. It's okay. So I don't know how much of this. The pop-ups are late. Thank you. I don't know how much of the situation I want to get into, because it's like, it's such a fucking fantasy pipe dream thing anyway, of just at the very least, this other guy was not somebody I had a relationship with, was not somebody that's the thing. It's somebody that I never took the shot for. So it's somebody I didn't have like an actual relationship with. It's somebody that I loved from afar for a very long time. Like a dumb little fucking schoolgirl. And I think that's the thing, when they have that star power behind them, that they come back like, hey, remember me, I'm still, you know, VIP. And it's like you turn into a fucking schoolgirl. I know, but no, I don't think I'm trying to jump into a like, my intent. This is gonna sound stupid. My intent is to try and jump into the perfect job to get me in the perfect position to be in the perfect shot for happiness. Holy shit. Anonymous 50, thank you so much. Oh god, I'm gonna cry, you guys. I wasn't trying to. I gotta blow my nose. I wasn't trying to come on here and like beg for money. I'm just trying to be like, I'm going through some shit. I'm probably not gonna be on YouTube just like all the time, nearly as much as I want to. I'm watching, oh god, I'm watching like the stuff with Ricada. I'm like feeling so bad for him. I'm like, oh god, he was like the best of all of us. Please don't cry, there's always sunshine after rain. For you, you're strong to get through time. It's more than I think this is what's making me cry. It's just the overwhelming amount of work I have to do all at once. Without like a set of muscle, without like a guy to do the physical. Now, can you carry this out while I'm in the shower, or can you do? It's like that's what's so hard being like somebody by themselves. And like during 2020, you know, it was not very easy either, because, you know, you still have to clean up your apartment, and you still have to keep yourself, you know, in your schedule. You still have to keep yourself healthy and get your walks and get your, you know, whatever, right? And like I've been doing really good with that, and I was even during 2020, even during lockdown. So, you know, I'm like, I'm trying to say, okay, what did I do wrong? What can I improve on? What can I be proud of? I'm at that stage right now. So I'm very proud of how I handled 2020. I learned how to bake more. I learned more cooking skills. I stuck with live streaming more. I added to my skill set. I learned how to edit more. I learned how, because of 2020. If not for 2020, I would have not picked up any editing software. So, if not for having to cough every 5 minutes, I wouldn't have learned how to edit. So, you know, yay me on that one. Get some smoke. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Weed's cheap in Vegas. So. And I'm reading the comments backwards. So. Sometimes his best experiences are hidden bad decisions. Yeah, I'm aware enough spiritually to know that like there's this huge life lesson that I have to kind of pay attention to now, or else I'm gonna repeat it. So I'm like, what did I do right? What can I be proud of? What can I take away from this? How can I use that to not get scared about the huge things I gotta do now? So, oh yeah, I'm somebody who does suffer from like depression and anxiety and all that stuff, and I do not take anything for it or see anybody anymore, because when I did, I had some very bad experiences with that, and but I'm using like the wording. I'm trying to use the therapy speak. I know there's a lot to process right now. So yeah, like 2020, you know, I did really good there. And 2021, you know, I'm facing a lot of these fears. I'm doing things outside my comfort zone. I'm facing the fears that like just a little bit at a time. I let 2021 enable me to go back to a lot of bad behavior because I got too arrogant. I think I got too arrogant that like, oh, look at all these people, they can't survive this. Sucks for them. Here I am sitting on YouTube and I got it made. I don't have to wear a mask, right? I don't have to. Yeah, shit like that, right? Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot to process. So now I'm dealing with nobody to kind of keep me from being in my head, because I'm gonna get stuck in my head. I got nobody to be like, oh, it's no big deal. Nobody to like interrupt that. You know, me getting scared of things. So yeah, now I'm crying. I think it was just too much to deal with like, I don't know, the health thing. Oh yeah, I'm completely alone in the house now, and that's the thing. It's like, okay, now I'm alone in Vegas. It's not safe for, you know, me to really be alone in Vegas, is it? I mean, is it really? I mean, I guess I'll probably have somebody looking out for me being in Vegas, being me, but at the very least. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm kind of desperate. I'm kind of getting desperate for a solution. And if I'm just too desperate, I'm gonna not make I'm not gonna make wise decisions. I don't think I'm gonna like fucking run off with like the first guy who comes along with the house. I'm gonna fucking, you know, I'm gonna fucking do something stupid again. I'm gonna be in another bad relationship. What's the lesson for my time with Rob? Shit. God. You know, I broke up with him before Mom died. And then she died 2 days later. And I goddamn needed somebody. Because it was just more overwhelming than I could handle. What's my lesson from him? I thought I did everything right in that one. You know, I tried to meet the family. I tried to, you know, be there in times of emergency. I tried to be, you know, I don't know. I guess if they act suspicious, if they act that suspicious, then there's probably a damn good reason for it. I mean, you know, I it's not like I didn't have the heads up then, but my mistake was needing him and then getting back into that codependency. My mistake was I finally got, you know, comfortable enough to like, I was finally climbing up, and then Mom died, right? So I finally broke up. My mistake is I don't know. I need the guy to be the breadwinner. I can't be the breadwinner. I think I can't be the breadwinner. I can't be the talent. I can't be the, you know, I can't be, that's the thing, I don't want to be the talent, you know, like I will be if I am talented enough to do so, and I have enough support around me to make sure I can succeed and have the bills paid and stuff. But to be the talent is it's kind of a lot. So. My friend, I don't know if I'm friends with him. I don't know. His brother got him a ticket yesterday because like you know, we would keep getting in these discussions of, you know, it's like, dude, you had no intention of being with me. You've been out here for 2.5 years. You don't get a job. You're acting like this is just an extended stay vacation where you can just do whatever you want and talk to whoever you want and have, you know, just it's like, am I your mom or was I? Because it felt like I was his mother, you know. It felt like he was coming and going. So yeah, I can't be the breadwinner in a relationship with somebody. You know, I need more transparency, which I was like there. I'm like, here's my DMs, they're open. You know, hey, I'm kind of a YouTuber, I'm kind of an influencer. I get guys, you know, flirting with me. It's cute. Like if I'm in a relationship, I'm like, look, they're flirting, whatever. But I think, what's my lesson? Work out these guys from my past. Work out whatever I got to with them, whatever it means. I think, what did I do? Ask the one for forgiveness and a job, and the other one for... I don't know. I don't know. Oh, and the mom was like freaking 3 years ago now, and it's like that. Sorry for the loss of your mom, the relationship. Give yourself time. I don't have time to grieve because I gotta find a place to live and enough money to do it all in like a month now, because so the ex who just left this morning, he was supposed to be the one to get me through the grieving, you know, 2.5 years ago, and is it the case that as he fell out with Midnight's Edge, he thought he could stick to you on your channel and pay for your book? I don't think he had any intention of working. I don't think he had any intention of having YouTube other than a hobby. I think he wanted to retire. I think he had never lived in an apartment on his own. He never left his parents' house. He had never had an apartment with his name. I didn't know that until, you know, years into the relationship. Until it was like too late to... Until after Mom died. Yeah, until after Mom died. I didn't know he had never had an apartment with his name on it. And he was never going to... He has no intention of doing so. He has no intention of providing an income for himself. I thought that, you know, okay, he would lose the Midnight's Edge job and he would focus on his channel and grow that. And do the exact same thing with him. But no, he has no drive or focus. My channel... I mean... He wasn't doing my channel for us as a like, I was kind of thinking, oh, well, now we're a thing, now we're a couple, right? I was thinking we were like a couple, and the channel was going to be like, you know, we would kind of shift more into that and maybe upload the commercials onto TikTok separately and try and get that to take off, and then maybe, you know, or do like a Vegas thing. But he does not work. He will not work. He will not live stream. He will not, unless you say, why don't you do a Sunday stream every day? Or he will sit there and argue on Twitter about Donald Trump all day, or politics, or something like basketball, something. He will argue all day. I literally have to say, what are we doing today? It felt like I was entertaining a house guest. It felt like I gained a son instead of a partner. You know, it felt like the guy you send to the store for milk. Hey son, can you go get milk for your mom? Instead of a, hey honey, I'm wondering what we're gonna do about where to live. You know, it's so he comes to me like I'm mom, and I'm like, I have no problem earning my keep, right? I have no problem. You want to put me to work in your thing? Please put me to work in your thing. I will earn my keep, right? Problem is, I can't be the breadwinner. I don't earn enough. Right. Sorry for that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It was a while ago. And like, it was like 2.5 years now. Well, yeah, so it's been like 2.5 years since Mom died. That money's gone. It wasn't that much. It was not a lot. She had a shitty old trailer, you guys. That was not even enough for like a boat. That was not even enough to pay for a car. Right? That was like a year retail. I took the fucking year off of YouTube. That's not enough to fucking pay for. I didn't make that much on YouTube either, you guys. Like, I'm not making, like, influencer money. People see influencer and they think you're making influencer money. And I'm like, no, I'm making, like, job money. You know, I was making enough to pay for an apartment in Colorado until they jacked up the rent $400. And that was when I was crying to him before Mom died. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. They're jacking up the rent every year. I can't pay for this. I can't keep paying for this. Because they jack it up like $400. You know, it's not just like they're going to increase it, you know, $50 a month, but, you know, no, they jack it up $400 in a year. Try doing DoorDash. What do you think I've been doing? What do you think I've been doing? I've been going and getting myself killed doing DoorDash. Yeah, I'm not too proud to admit that. I'm making more money than YouTube. But I'm terrified of it because you gotta deliver to hotels and there's murderers and, you know, guys who think that you're there showing up looking like me and in, you know, in short booty shorts. Pretty bad. It's easier to work alone than work with a dead weight dragon. I think so. But I'm too fucking scared to do that. Rob was doing it. I'm scared. Because, like, half the time it's like, you know, alright, now I know what it is. It's not that bad. It's just I gotta get over being afraid to go in and talk to people at these stores. I'm afraid, like, my mom was such a fucking Karen. She was literally Karen. She would yell at everything. So I have anxiety going into these places. Why you had to move. Your rent went up to $800 a week. Who can pay that? And I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna fucking pay for all like these. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this by myself. My roommate left, and then Rob left this morning. Like, they both left today. I wasn't gonna say this. It's probably nothing. It is probably nothing. The doctor said it is probably nothing. I have a lump. I have a lump right here in the, you know, in the girls, right? The doctor said it might just be something that, it might just be like something just like a drain. It might just be a growth. It might not be cancer. I hope goddamn it's not cancer. So I told him this in October. Hey, there's a lump there, you know. That's the thing. Normally the partner will notice. Yeah. So what was he doing? He was on the phone to his brother's girlfriend. Like, you couldn't have talked to my roommate about it. You couldn't have said, hey, how do we convince? No, you couldn't have done that. You go to your brother's girlfriend, who your brother doesn't know you're talking to that much. Oh, she won't go to the doctor. Did you ask? Did you take me aside and be like, hey, this is a kind of an important one? Because, like, yeah, I'll go for that, but it just feels like you're just dragging me down for end-of-life fucking care. He's like an end-of-life care fucking guy. He's not a boyfriend. He's there looking for these grannies who have their houses that they need somebody to leave a house to. I think that's what he thought with me. Because my mom left me a little teeny bit. And he thought, what, I was going to buy him a guitar or something? Got a damn computer out of the deal, so... just, yeah, I was needing like a boyfriend to come in and be like, hey, I sold a house, you sold a house, let's get a condo and lower our expenses so we don't have to work so much. That was my goal, lower the expenses so I didn't have to work so much, so I could enjoy my fucking life. Hey, I used to paint. Speaking of enjoy, I used to be cool, I used to be fun, I used to enjoy shit. Hey, I painted that when I was whenever. I used to enjoy shit. I used to like things. She went in my life after. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I don't even know if he got on the plane or not. It's just, you know, he wakes me up at 5:30 this morning to ask, oh, so am I going? Or should I get an Uber? Am I going to the airport? I'm like, what do you want me to beg you to stay? You're telling people I'm holding you for ransom because I'm like, where'd the money for your house go? You know, a valid question. It's like, where'd the money for your house go, by the way, that you couldn't, like we've been, it's like he had one fucking foot out the door the whole time. So here's why I'm starting to yell instead of, I'm going through all the stages of grief here. So that's what's been going on in my life. So I go to hockey thinking I'm gonna goddamn die. Anyway, so. Like your songwriting. Oh, thanks. My songs are weak. Hey, maybe I should watch that new South Park episode. How slow are the Vegas job markets? Very, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting really pushed, or I think I'm like really getting tested for something good from this one I'm looking at. I didn't get a no yet. I didn't get a no, and I know the guy who I'm applying with, or at least the guy who owns the thing, so a little bit. At least I know who I'm dealing with. His persona, I should say. I know his persona, and I know how I fucking felt when he goddamn let that napkin fall. So I'm kind of, things are bad if I'm going to the guy who let the napkin fall. Teamwork makes the dream work. It only works when they're both doing their part. Yeah, and like, I'm not like one of these attached sort of girlfriends who are like, well, you can't leave. No, I was never like that. I'm like, okay, well, there's the door. But where's the money from this? Just valid shit. He's like, oh, you're not getting... All right. He's like, oh, you're holding me for ransom. Well, there's the door. Me asking where, the house you sold in 2011, or no, 2021 rather, not 2011, what am I talking about? 2021, while we were a couple, where that money went, while you were basically living with me in Colorado for that whole time. Well, that long, too long is painful. I know. Well, that's why I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to do anything like super toxic anyway, other than I'm like yelling at him and shit in public to get him to leave, knowing he doesn't want. So he breaks up with me in Christmas, and I know he'd had one foot out the door the whole time anyway, right? I ended up in the damn hospital in August, trying to fucking OD basically. Just crying for help any way I could. Oh, believe this was a cry for help. This is too much. I can't take this anymore. That was a cry for help, okay? Just so we're clear. And so when I'm it's like, okay, you're yelling on the front porch that I won't let you leave. But I'm like literally saying, I will drive you to the airport if it's that big of a deal. Right? I think that's what gets me. It's like they pull this shit. They what? They talk to some exes that you've had, and they recite the same fucking script, thinking that they're gonna trigger some memory or some sort of grief or some sort of thing, right? Because here's what he was doing. He was finding very specific things, and I'm like, you are not literally the same person. I literally could not be with, because I was not going to be kept under that situation anymore. Okay, so you're not literally what did you do? Go and look up some ex to try and get some fucking dirt on me or something? That's what it felt like. That's what it literally felt like. Just the way he would say specific things. I'm like, you know what? There's the fucking door. I'm not dealing with this shit. You're trying to get some information out of me. You're trying to get something out of me that I'm not willing to give you. It's like, who? Sounds like you should have kicked him out 6 months ago. I tried. It's like, you guys would hear how we would be like, I'm not trying to get your sympathy, and I don't want you guys hating him or anything, but it's like when you literally are asking somebody a question, when you're literally having a conversation with them and they don't answer you. Imagine how much he did that on stream versus how much he does that in real life. So when I'm sitting there like, hey, my lease is up, my mom died, I don't have any money coming in from the house anytime soon, I don't know where I'm going to go, and I had to move in with my ex-boyfriend from before him, that's when I should have broke up with him. What is the reason did you give for sticking around 5 months? I don't know. I don't goddamn know. Well, okay, so it's excuses. It's excuses. He's like a carpenter that breaks something, so they have to stick around. So you have to keep calling him. We got sick. Okay, so we got a really bad cold for like a month and a half. So that was real. We actually got really, really sick then. And I needed, I said, you know what? Enough is enough. I need you to make an appointment for this doctor thing. I've got a lump. I need somebody to help me look into this. I am terrified of doctors, So a lot of, I don't know if it was me just keeping him here. Because like I said, I am very codependent on somebody who will do everything like that type of stuff. Because like, I don't have the time. I don't have the time dealing with having to make all this income. I get scared of new situations. I'm terrified of doctors anyway. My mom had me in and out of doctors all the time as a kid for everything. And they were bad. And I was in there for, they were not good doctors. It was a lot longer than it was more than just a runny nose. And that's, avoiding negative things is the best to do in my experience. See, and that's the thing. Like, I'm trying to avoid the negative, but every morning it's just this argumentative, or if we don't argue, like every day, I could be looking over his shoulder and see him talking or see him looking at a Twitter video of Anna Kasparian and be like, oh, she's pretty, I like her, and oh yeah, but she's got a big, like, it's always a negative thing. Even if I have a positive, it's always a negative thing. It's always a something, and he just wants to get into this. He wants somebody to spew toxic bullshit with. He wants somebody to complain about the world with, like he's Brian the goddamn dog, instead of getting out there and doing something. He said that I wasn't trying hard enough, having a YouTube income and going to a fucking job place. I was literally at the employment office. I was literally at the employment office 3 months ago. And he said I wasn't doing enough. And I'm like, what are you doing? Nothing. I don't know if you're sticking around or not. You don't want to be with me. Why are you still here? Oh, I think that's the thing. It's like, you tell me you don't want to be with me and then you don't leave. Then you're like staring at me. Well, no, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna say goodbye? I don't know what the fuck he was expecting. I was like, what? It's like every damn time, And then I say, well, okay, you're still here. You don't want to work on these issues, and you don't want to, you won't work on the one thing, which is, where are we going to live? Because if you're going to be with me, you're going to need to goddamn be on the lease, right? He won't commit to that. It's like, you can't just fucking have me as their main goddamn breadwinner and a roof over your head without some fucking accountability and responsibility, right? I think I haven't seen my realized one. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been doing stupid door dashing. This, well, Rob and I were, and now he's gone, so now I'm gonna have to fucking face that fear of doing it on my own. Doing that in a car. In a car I can't afford. So my roommate just signed over the car to me, and I can't afford it. I can't afford to pay for gas or insurance because you're paying for gas. Oh, and there's no air conditioning. And it's summer, and I'm 45 years old and going through premenopause. And I live in Las Vegas. And now's the time where I'm just like, how do I climb out of this? Where do I start? What's the first thing I focus on? It's like, what's the first step? What's the first priority? It's like, I really wish he would have given me some time, either before or after my roommate left, right? But he wasn't, it's like, that was never gonna happen, right? I legit thought he was gonna be gone in like the first 2 weeks, right? I thought the first 2 weeks we came out to Vegas, I thought he was gonna be gone. My roommate said, like, yeah, if he knew Rob was gonna, he would have just got a smaller fucking place. We would have got a smaller place. We wouldn't have got this big place. It's like Rob comes in like he's a fucking roommate, like a roommate on the couch half the time. It's like, okay, are you? That was the thing too. It was like, well, are you a boyfriend or not too? It's like he doesn't want to commit to any sort of anything. It's like he just wanted one foot out the door, and I'm like, I can't. I want to get married to somebody who loves me, who I love, right? And I can acknowledge the fact that I'm always gonna have love in my heart for some of these guys, even if I'm really, never gonna be able to deal with that circumstance or that man again, right? I'm to that stage of it where I'm like, I'm still mad. I'm still hashing it out. I know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, Here, let me put this chat up so I can actually see you guys. So, the good news is I'm going to have less of this pattern that I really disliked of me sitting there going, what are we doing today? And waiting until noon to get out of the house. Because every time we almost leave, he's got to load up a YouTube video. I'm like, we got to fucking order. We can't. That shit. So that was one of the things, like, I'm just ready to get out the door, and now I'm waiting a half an hour because you're loading up a YouTube video, so. Does not know what he or she wants, will always be unhappy, and will hurt others. Yeah. See, like I said, I know exactly what I want. My goal is to, like eventually I do want to be a housewife. I want to have a retirement. I want to have enough to be able to, like, I don't need to fucking spend billions. I don't need to be a millionaire, clearly. I don't need to be a millionaire. You don't pine over Taco Bell drive-thru guy in secret if your goal is to be a millionaire, you don't fucking keep that one to yourself and call him Taco Bell drive-thru guy. Okay? So we're clear on that one. Oh, you don't know the half of this, too. Like I said, I had two major almosts. And then I had like a third that like, oh, well, gee, if only I'd fucking known. That guy would have been a perfect match. But then again, he's Trey fucking Parker. So, leave it at that. So we're not talking about Trey Parker. Though he was definitely, when we're going back and looking at our life mistakes, yeah, I mean, had I just fucking paid attention to the dude who was, if that was him, it probably was. Well, I know they opened for those guys back in the day. Had I paid attention or gone to that Red Rocks show and seen the opening act at Red Rocks, because I went to the freaking one at Boulder. Anyway. So there's that one. John Kids, not anytime soon. not my own anytime soon. I don't. It's like I wanna prioritize a husband for. Like I'm seeing this like, okay, what about polyamory stuff? I'm like, oh, I gotta have like the boyfriend for, like we're jumping a few steps here. We're skipping. I love you, Becca. Thank you. I love you guys. Like, I'm so sorry I yelled at chat and ran out because, like, we would get so many trolling, and then I just fucking say just blanket statements because I was mad at a specific thing. It's like any, like the literal, the freaking, like the same words that the media use, I'm using because I'm like, I'm literally dealing with somebody who never lived outside of his mom's house. I would just trash him. I don't want to trash him. Like, I drove him to the airport this morning. I said, look, I love you a lot. I'm always going to have love for you. You are a brilliant voiceover guy. God, you're amazing. You are the most talented writer. You are so funny when you put your mind to it. I wish you could focus and succeed in the way that I really thought he was going to. Because I thought he was just going to put his... Like, I didn't know it was a... lack of drive issue with him. Because that was always my thing, is finding these perfect guys with this perfect talent to prop up. And I'm kind of at that crossroads right now where I'm like, well, I could stay in Vegas and be really, really happy here, or I could go chase one of those long lost what ifs. And I'm in a completely new situation anyway. I could just say, you know what? Let's go. Let's crank it up to 11 and just fucking go to a completely new city, go to a completely new place. You're a chill, good content creator. Oh, thank you. I do so many different types of videos too. Like, I'll do the rants, I'll do the this and that. I didn't have enough focus. I fully take responsibility for having no focus on this channel. For having, like, if I had one thing I could stick with, I would have algorithm gold, and I can't do it because I want to do everything. I can't just stick with one formula of video or one format of video, you know. I want to be a Let's Player. I want to do a fucking, you know, I want to do like these freaking short form parody things. I want to do all of it. At least Vegas. Realty to drop below freezing. I can't afford realty. I can't afford to freaking pay for deposits probably. I mean, I might be able to right now. I don't know. I'm terrified of driving around without the freaking license plates now. I'm saying frick too much. I'm terrified of driving around without license plates. Even though it is perfectly legal to do so for the 3 days that I'm going to have the car until I get to the DMV. I'm terrified of going to the DMV by myself. And dealing with a million people. I have extreme anxiety, social anxiety in new things and new people that has been made worse since being on YouTube. Oh, that's the other thing. I didn't realize that whole cancellation thing. Well, that's all in the past too, but I didn't realize that whole mess was made worse by that lack of communication, that silent stuff, that, you know, lying by omission that we love him doing so much. So that was a thing that happened too. Yeah. So that was a thing that happened. You know, I realized that when he started pitting me against other women in public and professionally, that, oh, you were probably just doing that behind the scenes, huh? It was probably just him. Karma. Well, I think my karma is I sit with the anxiety, knowing exactly who's doing it to me. It's not. It's a fake one. It's probably Jeremy from the Quartering, or if the old piece of shit's still alive, the one who kept me pilled up in Vegas working a shitty job while he dragged us down into death, right? Yeah. So hopefully that one's goddamn dead. It's like, you know what? When you don't take a cat to a vet and you don't properly dispose of them, I leave your ass. I fucking find a way to goddamn leave your ass. Alright? Because I don't deal with that, as freaking drugged up as I was back then. Yeah, so we're finding that we had a lot more addicts back then, huh, in the day. Wondering why it wasn't blue, exactly. Hey, Greg Kirby, how's it going? Yeah, right, he's still a mod anyway. It's like, I'm not trying to trash him. Don't not support him. Support his channel. We still support his channel. That's the thing. Like, I still love his content. I still love what he's like. This is the thing I was concerned with. What do I do with the channel? Does he want like a piece of whatever? Like, I don't make money on YouTube. I make more money on Super Chat. I was under the impression we were gonna, like, I don't know, get married or something. The channel was gonna be like an us thing, and any income would be like a household income at that point. When we were kind of 5 years in, right? That's like normal couple things, right? I was thinking that. Now this far in. However, I will admit to this, that once, you know, who started popping back up and saying, MechaBaybeedall, where you at? MechaBaybeedall, where you at? Well, you know, daisies are a good indicator of, and being my head in the clouds. I don't know. I don't know Seattle. I came to Vegas because I'm rolling the dice, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly... I don't know. This goes to your head, you're not outward. Wisdom. This channel is legal. Oh, well, this. I know. It's not like, I don't think he's gonna do that. I don't think he's gonna do that, because then I go back with the house stuff, which I'm thinking, like, should I do that anyway? Because we were together when he sold a house, and then we were living off of mine, so it's like, okay, you were just draining my, you know, little dinky little money from mom's shitty old trailer that she was. It's like, seriously, I couldn't even live there anyway. It was a 30-year-old trailer, at least 40-year-old trailer in a retirement park. You had to be 55 and up to even, like, I couldn't even live there if I wanted. So I got such a minuscule amount out of that I couldn't even, like, put it towards anything. And then when YouTube revenue started dropping, I gave up. So I'm sorry. Yeah, short recap. Oh, there's nothing legally, like, I don't think there's anything legally going on. I'm very codependent. We were in a toxic codependent relationship. I dropped him off at the airport this morning. Long story short, my roommate left this afternoon. Rob left this morning. I need a place to, I need to work on finding a place to live. I have no help to pack, move, lift things. I have a car that barely works that I have to get to the DMV and changed over in like 3 days. I'm doing DoorDash. I have a lump in my breast, and I have two very important people from my past that are either trying to drive me nuts or date me or hire me. I can't tell which. I came to one for a job and maybe another another night at the disco is all I'm saying. Oh, he knows exactly what it meant when you're ready to get in a fucking van with a couple of guys you meet at a club. I'm there again. That's my way. Sub cats. I don't know. Give yourself time to plan. I thought he would have left by now, and I would have had time and space to do this. I didn't think it was gonna be like. I didn't think he was gonna pull this sneaking out the same day as my roommate leaving. I didn't anticipate that. I did not anticipate that. Because yeah, he basically, like, his brother got him a ticket yesterday. I happened to accidentally glance at that. And during the hockey game, I'm watching, like, oh, you have a ticket. Uh-huh. You have a flight. Well then, should I take you tonight? It was one of those, like, oh, you think you're gonna sneak out. You think you're gonna sneak out because there's gonna be a huge fight or something. No, there's not gonna be a huge fight. I don't. It's like, no. A, no, there's not gonna be a huge fight. B, no, there's not gonna be a huge fight. Tell us one good thing about today for yourself, not for us. One good thing about today. I did get the car signed over in my name, so that's one good thing. I got courage to stream and tell you guys what's going on. I was just gonna keep this all to myself, and I'm like, I don't know. He woke me up at 5:30 to ask if he was going to the airport or not, though, so I started the day kind of like, oh, this is happening, huh? Okay. So, where's the ticket? I don't know. The ticket, it's online. This is for you people care. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I know you guys do, and I've been so shitty to even my audience, thinking that, like, everybody's out to get me. It just felt like everybody was out to get me. Because it just felt like, you know, it felt like I was getting pitted against his family, which I was. I was the scapegoat, apparently. It's like, okay, he blames his brother for killing his mom, doesn't tell them. They blame me for sitting at a different table, like I'm keeping him from them, like I don't want to talk to them. I'm like, dude, he's got some weird thing going where he just does not, he just doesn't want his family knowing what he's up to. He doesn't want his family knowing what he's up to. I will warn any woman who dates him, Andrea is going to be in your relationship more than you are, and so is every other granny in town. Because he's looking for a granny to leave him a house. That's his goal. He wants a granny to move in with, to, you know, not have to deal with. He wants a granny to take care of. He wants mommy. He wants to move in with mommy, right? I want a daddy to give me a spanking. And then tell me it's going to be okay, and I'm always going to have a soft place to fall. If I fail, as long as I'm at least progressing and at least trying to face some of these things. But man, when I know, well, I learned years ago. It's like, okay, well, my ex-husband would pull this shit, you know, where we get in these fights and we get the cops, blah 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 blah. Right? That was years ago. No, she's not letting me leave. So okay, so. What do you mean? Right? So this one, he's like, oh, you're not leaving. What do you mean? Your name's not on anything. There's the door. It's like he's going to every past fight or relationship I've had to be that. Like he's a plant at this point, is what it feels like. It's just this very specific fucking things he does. Understandable for you. You feel the whole world is untrustworthy. Feelings are real, but not things to steer by. What do you mean feelings are real? You can try living in a 40 to 50 place. I don't know if there is any 40 to 50 place. Changing new license plate, Mecha 42. I don't know. I think you have to pay for it. I don't know. I'll probably get assigned something by whoever somebody has working there. Like I said, I've been very much trying to push him out the door to make room for true love anyway. Like I'm not so much sad at the relationship. Like I'm more sad Zabu's gone. Because my roommate took the 2 cats. So I'm more sad Zabu's gone. So I got mom's cat, so I have a cat, but I can't take care of a cat, but at least it's a good cat who doesn't like get into shit and doesn't destroy things. And Robbie like you? I don't know. I don't even know. Weird green plant, maybe. JB, sorry Becca, I'm glad you can vent to us. I'm really I'm thankful that you guys stuck with me. I know how shitty the internet can be sometimes with all the fucking trolling and the edgelord sort of side. Like, I know I came out of a lot of that, not knowing, and I came up and out of it. And, like, I know how toxic the internet can be, so I really was scared to go live. I'm like, what are they gonna do? I'm gonna get people on there just to like, yeah, like the bot. Oh, bad karma. Is it karma though? Is it karma though? What did I do? It's like, what the fuck did I do this time? It's like, what the hell did I do? You know, nothing. I didn't do anything wrong this time. I thought the worst thing I ever experienced is asking a woman if she was single and having her friends carried at you. Oh no. Feelings are valid. Saying you don't feel angry or sad is never gonna work. Oh yeah. Feelings and tell me you do X and I'll do Y. Yeah, see, I'm aware enough. I've been to enough therapy to know I have to feel these feelings and process them and learn from them. And that's like really what I've been trying to do in every relationship is like, you know, feel the, you know. that's the thing. And I even went to him like saying, hey, is this guy like calling to me? Is he saying MechaBaybeedall? So, like, what do I do? I mean, should I go for those sort of things? So, like, the internet balls. Oh, I know. I just gotta laugh at him. I'm like, oh, that's some BS. Because I know it's probably, like, realistically, it's like one of two people on a burner, right? So it's the same guy on a burner, anyway. Oh, I know about the insults and stuff. It's like after I wasn't equipped to handle it then. I had no idea, right? I had no idea. Now you're rolling solo, what happens now? See who has the courage to respond to Twitter. I'm using Twitter to flirt with guys I sorta mighta, I don't know. either did bang or was too high to remember banging or blowing or whatever back in the day. I would like to thank Gary though from Nerdrotic for reminding me of who you know and who you blow. I thank you. I forgot all about those cards in my deck. I really wasn't going to use them. I really wasn't going to go with the who I know and who I blew, or who I had a three-way with back in the day in the back of a van or camper or whatever. Or I wasn't going to at first. But now that you mention it, you know, my back's against the wall. So very equipped to deal and avoid this. I hope so. I'm scared of the sheer amount of work of having to like run a U-Haul, take stuff to Goodwill, figure out what to pack, what not to pack, what to... I mean, I donated so many things to Toys for Tots over the Christmas. Like, I wasn't going to make a video and I didn't want to be in, like, look at what I did. I was taking dirty money from, like, people getting angry. I felt like a drug dealer. I'm like, oh God, you guys are just getting high off of this. Off of anger. And what was I doing? I was getting high buying fucking Hot Wheels like a goddamn kid. So, you know what? Kids got him. I took it all to Toys for Tots. Them, all the buttload of He-Man figures. I took all the My Little Ponies. I took a shit ton of stuff to Toys for Tots, and I hope I made some kids' Christmases, because I had a fuck ton of fun and got really high buying that shit. I got a big rush from you guys' super chats. I got really high yelling at Brie Larson from that shit. Or whoever it was. Who was it? Probably Leslie Headland or Kathleen Kennedy or somebody. I gotta dye my hair black, maybe. Do you like short black accountants to date? I don't know. Maybe. If it helps, Mecha, somebody who's watched your channel for years, you're a great personality, appreciate you opening up to us. Oh, thank you. And I'm like, how much of the personal life do I open up? Like, am I more of a vlogger, or am I like an edit, you know, voiceover? I'm not an edit voiceover, but I mean, like the Velma supercuts, that was me. You know, I do a lot of supercuts. That's the other thing. Like, I lost my voiceover guy. Right? And like, I was having... I think that was part of what was keeping it was like having the baby that you can't. It's like, that's your baby, is the channel, is those fucking commercials. It's like I'm staying with him for the fucking commercials. Do guys and bands go through that? Are you staying together for your baby, for the fucking album and the fans? And then you go through your addiction, and you go through like the one person gets rich off of it and the other one doesn't, and you go through the, you know, who banged who, and who had this much drugs, and who had this much arrest. You get deposits back, you can leave stuff in the apartment. Yeah, that's the thing. You're gonna probably not. Commercials your sleeves out. Probably. I mean, I'm not gonna be making new ones. I mean, I don't know. We might still make new ones for all I know. I might still have him edit shit if I can't. We might still do commercials still. I don't know. Like, that was the thing. It's just, you know, he gets...
I want my $2!
Samara Gaijin, $2. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hello. So you can't make current lease payments. I'm my big concern is I need to find a place to lease soon and figure out if I'm gonna stay in Vegas even at this point, or if I want to just up and fucking go. Does somebody have any place? Like, does somebody have any suggestions? Should I watch the current South Park and see if they have anything to tell me? As if 1619 Pine Street is guiding the universe or something. I can swear for later. I'd probably just do it myself. I'll just do women voiceovers.
I want my $2!
Will there be day drinking with Brie Larson impersonators? You know what? Brie and I'll go shoe shopping with her. I thought I defended her. After a while. Like, I was hitting the algorithm with her stuff. Am I gonna watch hockey? Well, not right now. Florida lost. Here, Florida lost. Florida lost. Oh, Lord. Florida Panthers. Panthers and Rangers. Panthers lost. There you go. I'm not hockey chick camera friendly, or else I would try for one of those. I would have to dye my hair a more normal color instead of like this. But I do have broadcasting experience. Who would I interview first? Hey, Matthew Kachuk. How's it feel to be the hottest hockey player who's not on the Vegas Golden Knights? I don't know. What does that have to do with hockey, eh? I don't know. Nothing. Can you take your shirt off like our guys? So how hard do you punch those other guys? That'd be me interviewing hockey players. I'd be like, so do you hurt your hands a lot when you punch those other guys? I'm an idiot. I would be an idiot. I would be a giggling idiot. I would feel like interview players. I will say the job I am trying for, if it's not pitching reality television, is oh, I don't know, singing I'll never say never to always over somebody's grave, maybe. Go back to Colorado. What was it like this time of year? What is there in Colorado, though? Where would I go in Colorado? Like, where can you afford anything in Colorado? No, nowhere. If you can afford it, I can't afford where I'm living. No, it's a 4-bedroom house. It's a 4-bedroom house. It's more than I can make. It's more than I can make. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford a studio apartment at this point. What's up? Hello, Lady Viking. It's almost I am grateful for. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful that I still have a monetized channel. I'm grateful I do have transportation and a phone. I'm grateful the internet's still on. I moved to. I haven't thought of it yet. I'll stay in Vegas if I have a reason to stay in Vegas. It's like I don't dislike Vegas. You know, it's great overnight. I love Vegas overnight. Vegas has Vegas is a bus. Oh, so the car leaks oil. Car leaks oil. Can you rent a hotel in Colorado just to buy a house? Yeah. You can't rent an apartment in Colorado half the time. It's like $5,000. Who has money to rent things, right? It's like Vegas is easier to do DoorDash and shit. Work at one of the casinos, not easily. I mean, DoorDash is paying more right now than a casino would, I think. So like right now DoorDash is the main income. Okay, so like YouTube's the hobby. It sucks, but you know, I'm not too proud to do a job that I can get while I look for a job I want, right? While I look for something better. You do the jobs you can until you do something better, right? One-bedroom houses in Lynchburg, Ohio for $800 a month, zero crime. Okay, what about places to work though? How can I earn $800 a month there? I think that's the thing. Like, what are the job options? Like, is there $800 worth of DoorDash to do, or do you just have like 2 places to eat? Because I have bakeries and stuff that I can get $20 for delivering a cake. House cleaner, get cash pay. I don't want to clean houses. DoorDash is better than cleaning. Work for a bank. I mean, if they hire you, that's the thing. It's like you do the job you can do until the jobs call you back. I think people miss the I need the call back. I just need the calls back, right? It's like, so people are hiring people. First we're retail in the office due circumstance. I'm sorry, morbid. Yeah, that's the thing. At least you got it. At least you got it. At least you got hired. Congrats for getting hired. It's hard fucking getting hired somewhere. Domino's is there? I don't know if they are. I don't know. I'm just doing what I can get. Can I get hired on Domino's? That's the thing. Can I get hired at these places? I'm trying to get something that I'm hireable at, because I have YouTube as my negative. If somebody checks my channel, they're going to see, oh, right ring grift tube. Rose rent is cheaper for rent. Groceries are cheaper. Jobs are scarce. So yeah, that's the other thing. It's like you get. It's like there's so much more opportunity here. I know. Gothic. I don't know if I'm gonna go gothic. Fast food is $15 an hour. You can get a T-bone steak for $5.99 a pound. See, I don't eat steak. Fast food is like I can probably, if I really want to do fast food or something, that probably like the Panda Express and do like 18 here. If I really want that, but I don't know. There's Lowe's. I was hiring. Yeah, well, I tried to get a job at Lowe's. The guy wouldn't hire me. I think it might have been one of the guys I had a 3-way with that time, interviewing me. So I mean, are they gonna call me back for a change? If they're gonna call me back, then go ahead. Just give me an email saying hiring from Lowe's with your other. Because I remember trying to get a job at Lowe's in like 2004 and somebody maybe recognizing me who interviewed me, maybe, I thought. Is that the case? So I've got this fucking fantasy that my dream man's gonna fucking show up the way I wrote him. Right? Or it's gonna be, you know who, would be like, yeah, I was just fucking with you. It's me all the time. Damn it. And then I'll cry. And then we'll fuck. A lot. I'll ride him like a bantha for a change. Finally. Instead of what? I knew the fucking anniversary of the kiss 6 days ago now. Oh, I know how to eat cheap. I'm not worried about eating cheap. I'm not looking for advice. I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for somebody to take pity on me and say, you know what? You've earned this. Yeah, anything crazy I was saying to him was just so he'd fucking leave already. It's like, how the fuck do you think that made me feel, knowing damn well he was going to goddamn Andrea the whole time? I'm sitting here worried I'm gonna die from cancer. And he's going to her. blackjack the whole time, right? So I just indoors and air conditioned. What? Could I be a blackjack dealer? I don't know how to play it. I'd have to go to school for it. That's the thing with the casino jobs. You can't just go and be a casino dealer. You have to like go through steps to do that. You have to go through school and apply. And they have to call you back when you apply for them, I think. So, you know, they could just fucking they could call me back. You know, I think these jobs, instead of they could call me back when I apply. I think that's the thing. Yeah, they could say, yes, we want to hire you. That's what really needs to happen. Instead of giving suggestions of places, I think we need to get some fucking people emailing me back saying, yes. You've gotten stronger through hardship. I don't know if I have any more strength left, though. I'm to the point now where I'm like, any more hardship, I don't have it in me to pull myself up out of this again. I'm too old. I'm too old. I don't have a support system other than YouTube. I don't have any family left. You know, friends who can make friends out here when you got, you know who yelling to the neighborhood about you and then yelling about you on stage when he's in public. Consider moving. I would love to move. Where am I moving to? I am moving. I just don't know where. I can't stay. I am moving. Yes, I am moving. You get a job as an editor and make good money. Hire me as your editor then. Fucking email me and say you're hiring me as an editor. My concern is the guy I'm trying to get a job for just wants to fuck me because I just want to fuck him too, but I also kind of want to work for him. But I'm thinking, like, the problem is he's kind of perfect for me, except for like one major thing, which is his bank account, which I'm like, why do you have to have so much money? Why do you have to be so goddamn... Well, that really feels like I'm 45. I'm middle-aged. I want to retire. To work as a repo man. I don't know. What am I doing with a car dealership? I don't know anything about cars. I can barely drive one. So I think that's the thing. I'm not going to sell anything. I don't want to work in sales regardless because I do not, and I don't like working for tips. Dear God, I don't like working for tips. I don't like working in sales. I don't like working for tips. You want me to edit? You want me to look at your security cameras? You want me to lick your balls? All right. You want me to suck your dick? That's the job I'm applying for. I'm applying for the dick sucker. Get down on your knees while you're sitting there on your Zoom meetings lifting. I want the job. I'm gonna cry. That's not why he hasn't called me back. Because he knows damn well what my intentions are. See, I think jobs are an option. Any job is an option if they hire you. The fucking assholes at the place I rent from would not accept my resume. You guys. I'm not dealing with like a lack of suggestions and stuff or needing suggestions. I'm like needing fucking I'm needing options that aren't like here is a 60 question personality quiz to try and see if you are the right type of, you know, robot to work at this company for $20 an hour. Where we aren't even going to fucking call you back. I'm like, I'm not looking for suggestions for jobs. I'm looking for the fucking jobs that I'm applying for to hire me. Okay, one in particular. I think that's what I'm looking for. I'm not in the position to blanket resumes while I'm earning more doing DoorDash right now. Doing a shitty job. that's going to be another shitty job that I'm not going to be hired for anyway. You know? It's like if fast food's going to give me no money for no hours anyway. Yeah, job hunts are a numbers game. I know that. They are. And that's why I'm not an actress, too. I'm not an actress. I never got into acting. I was trying to be, like, a housewife. For fuck's sake. I was trying to be a housewife. This is, like, my fucking third start over. You know, you finally find that person that you think you're gonna be with. So that's what hurts. Corporate dining room jobs are decent. Doing what? Doing what? Waiting for those assholes to fucking call me back? I think, what part of stop suggesting shit, I just need a fucking yes already, do we not understand? Like, I think that's it. Cause like, I'm not in any position, or I don't have the fucking mental capacity. Will you at least let you sub? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't goddamn know. I don't know. All I know is I'm probably gonna be out, what, at the end of this month or next month? I don't even know. I don't even know. I've had no communication with anybody. OnlyFans is not easy, no guarantee. That's why I'm doing DoorDash. What part of DoorDash do you not understand? Why would I start a fucking OnlyFans to have the same no donations that I get on YouTube? Alright? This is the thing. Stop suggesting things or I'm gonna fucking start yelling. Stop fucking suggesting things or I'm gonna turn this fucking camera off right now. You gotta stop fucking suggesting things without a fucking solution, okay? If you don't have a job, don't suggest a job. If you aren't offering me a job, don't you fucking suggest a job. I don't want to fucking hear it ever again. I do not want to fucking hear it. I am sorry. I just can't fucking deal with this anymore. If you are not offering me a job, do not suggest what type of job I want to get. Alright, I'm not in the fucking position right now. I am not in the goddamn mind frame. I have too much on my plate to deal with this shit. I'm sorry I'm yelling. I just don't want to fucking hear any more goddamn suggestions without a goddamn solution. Fucking at it. Get at it. Sorry I'm snapping. I know you guys are trying to help. I'm not mad at you. I'm not. I know you're just trying to help. I know that's the thing people want to suggest. It's just that it's not. It's just like it's like a fucking death of 1,000 paper cuts when I already have like 5. I don't know what else to prioritize right now. Getting more income is not the priority. Getting the fucking car changed over on Tuesday. Getting a fucking apartment set up. Getting utilities switched over. Then I can worry about blanketing my resume. After I worry about how I'm going to be driving around, getting enough gas in the car, doing the job I'm already doing. I'm already doing more in income right now than most of these fucking jobs you guys are suggesting would even pay, okay? So I'm not gonna take time out of the one fucking thing that's actually gonna even put a fucking hotel room over my head. This fucking world just needs to goddamn be destroyed. Somebody needs to fucking bomb the goddamn government. Somebody needs to fucking destroy this fucking planet. We're at fucking critical mass. There's no solution for fucking anything right now. You know? If there are jobs out there, they ain't hiring me. Okay? I'm just overwhelmed about how I'm going to take all this shit myself and move it to a place that I don't know where and do DoorDash until I find something better, okay? That is all I fucking need right now from anybody! Okay? That's all I fucking need right now! That stupid asshole could have left in December when he told me he didn't want to be with me. When he finally goddamn grew a fucking pair of balls and finally got off the pot, and he still didn't leave. So now I'm stuck in this mess. And that's my problem. I was dealing with prioritizing a goddamn toxic fucking relationship that was tied into my damn YouTube channel. I'm sorry I'm yelling. It's not at you guys. I'm mad at my situation. I'm mad at that being stupid. I'm mad that I let myself get into this. And I'm overwhelmed with the amount of shit I gotta get done in less than a month. And right now, the last thing I gotta do is look up a fucking job search. Okay, that's the last thing I gotta do. Okay, so fucking annoying me with suggestions without a solution is just gonna annoy me and overwhelm me. Because my emotions are already like, I'm crying. I'm not dealing with things very well. I've had a lot of stress today. Okay? A lot of stress today. With fucking Rob just fucking skipping out with not a fucking 24-hour notice, okay? I didn't even have 24-hour notice with this piece of shit. Alright? So not only is he withholding $40,000 some dollars probably from me or whatever it is. So he sold a house. He got a fifth of $390,000. So I'm like, well, where did that money go? You know, you got paid out when you're literally at my door. You know, apparently we've been here. If he got paid out at all, I don't know. He's real secretive about that, but he lets me drain my little fucking bit of money from my mom's house, which was a trailer, not even a house. It's not even enough to fucking put a down payment on something, because I didn't have the income with YouTube. I didn't have enough income to buy something myself. You know, had I had a boyfriend or a husband, I could have. Okay. That's all I wanted. I wanted to take this little burst I got from YouTube, right? And then from Mom. And I wanted to keep doing YouTube a little bit and lower my expenses. I wasn't trying to get famous. I wasn't trying to fucking be a calendar girl or be on, you know, be at Comic-Con. I wasn't trying to be famous. I was trying to have enough to live. Or if I got like a big burst, I knew it was gonna be fleeting, because you get what rises and falls. I knew with the music stuff that like if I got a hit, I could take that, get a place to live, lower my expenses, and enjoy my life. So when Mom died 2.5 years ago, I thought Rob and I were getting, you know, we got back together because we broke up for like 3 days. Another suggestion, I must get cost. I know that. More work hours. I know that. I don't have anything I have nothing to give up. I have nothing I can give up. I have nothing I can give up other than my phone and the internet and the rent. There's nothing I can afford. I can't afford anything. I couldn't afford. Rob was here to pay for groceries because I wasn't making enough on YouTube to pay for them. Okay, I can't afford things. I'm just barely like a month into trying to pull myself, but thank you. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm snapped. I don't mean to snap it, but thank you.
Excellent.
It's like, I don't have anything I can cut. There's no expenses I have that I can cut other than gas and car insurance and the internet and the phone. Those are the only expenses, and food. I don't know what expenses I can cut.
Excellent.
Did I eat today? I don't know. Yeah, food. I can cut food. I don't have expenses to cut. What expenses do I have? I never overexpensed myself. You holiday in America, moved out of the country. Yes, I have a passport. I can just fucking skip the country. Oh man, I'm sorry. I really don't yelling at you guys. I'm not trying to yell at you guys. I'm really sorry. Yeah. It's just like, I'm just getting overwhelmed with fucking thinking about jobs when I'm like, I got it. And now I gotta do the DoorDash with like the plate off because I got the car thing transferred over. So I got 3 days. So, I mean, it's Vegas. Cops aren't even gonna pull you over for no plates. They won't even care. They won't even notice. But it's like, I gotta do the DMV on top of that. I gotta take time for that on Tuesday because Monday's a holiday now. Do I have food? I don't know. No, not really. No, because Rob fucking eat your ass at home, and then flips off the fucking camera when he's got to pay for it. Like, food doesn't. I can't pay for both of us. You eat so much. So here I'm just crying, a miserable goddamn wreck. Oh, I look awful. I know. I need time to process. I'm so sorry. Try to solve it all today. It feels like I have to. Oh, it feels like I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm sorry. That's what happens when I'm like, I can't focus on these things I can't focus on. Stop. This is what I was scared of then, breaking up with him then, was that the channel was so tied into everything. Before Mom died, you know, this is the first time we broke up. We keep breaking up. We're one of those. We're like a Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. Where he sits there and does absolutely nothing and falls asleep with fucking a lit cigarette and ice cream practically, and not that bad, but I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to just fucking badmouth him either. I don't want to just sit here and badmouth him because that's not fair to him and his audience and his channel, and that's the problem here too. Because like I said, he's super talented, he's hilarious, he's an amazing writer, he's a wonderful voiceover guy. There's a lot of good there that, you know, any woman would fall for, but there's so many things that I'm just so disappointed in myself about that I fucking fell for that I shouldn't have. Oh my god. And now I'm like, so these past few months I have been dealing with that with him. I've been going through the grief of the relationship in public, yelling and screaming at him for everything that I've had to fill in every blank based on his behavior of things. So and I'm like, I know you don't want to be with me. I know that I'm not, you know, whatever. So I'm saying for the fucking craziest shit to get him to go, thinking, how can I fucking get him a reaction? How can I get a reaction? That's the thing. How do you get a reaction out of somebody who doesn't say anything? Oh, it's so frustrating. So I would be there like years ago, like, where am I gonna, like, do we move in together? Are we a couple still? I mean, like, what do I do? Am I gonna move in with you? Nothing. Pretty sure you never put in the bed. Okay, bad example of Johnny Depp. I meant the cutting the finger off almost. I didn't cut his finger off. But, I mean, he certainly drove off without me in the fucking car plenty of times. Can tell you that much. Oh, man. So I'm sorry if I'm yelling at people. I gotta watch the South Park thing at some point. Zabu's gone. I'm really sad about that because the roommate So yeah, we knew the roommate was going, but then he picks today. Like then Rob picks today. You know, it's like because like I will keep bringing up this, yes, and I still don't know what I'm going to do after this. You know, are we getting along? Are you staying? Oh, I don't want to be with you. Well, then leave, right? So I'm like, where then leave? He's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, nobody's forcing you to be here. It's like, so I feel like I'm just using him for groceries and to clean the litter box or whatever, and to drive me around and do door dashes and stuff with. Like, I feel like I'm using him for that. I know, Rob's like a fly base on stable. Well, I mean, yeah, he's the type of guy, he won't even let me know if he fucking landed on the plane or got on the plane. He won't even let me know if he got on the plane at that point, right? But then again, I did tell him, it's like, okay, just get out of my life. It's like, I don't want him to, like, die or anything. I don't really, that's the thing. It's like, I just am to the point with, he pushed every button to the point where I ended up in the hospital wanting to die to get away from it. Okay, we can't deal with that. We can't do that anymore. No more of that. We can't do that anymore, guys. Whoever is out there seeing to it to get me broken up with it, we cannot be pushing buttons so bad to the point where I end up in the hospital. Okay, we cannot do that. All right, I'm already overwhelmed. I'm already dealing with like a lump that I don't know. Here's the thing. You go for the breast exam, right? They want to schedule a follow-up to the mammogram before the mammogram, which is in another place, which won't get you on the list until, 3 months out. So I'm dealing with all this stuff. And he's like, well, I got to stick around for this. And I'm like, you know what? It was impossible dealing with the person helping me through health stuff and climbing back up out of the toxic relationship was the person I was in the toxic relationship with, right? It was really, really hard to deal with that because I've known this relationship was bad for years. Okay, I know it's been very, very toxic for years. And I have done absolutely nothing to stay in it, obviously, especially knowing that somebody else is looking at me, right? Because like I said, if it's the case of true love, right, the true love stuff takes precedent. That's gonna take precedent, having that perfect person that I actually have that connection with, right? That's gonna take precedent over a toxic relationship any day. But that also, in the event that, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know. Roommate leaving. Well, my roommate was the ex I had before. I really liked that guy too for different reasons. Not like we didn't get along relationship wise, but we were very, I think we tried to remain friends. Somebody who actually would take care of stuff and actually would make sure things were okay and actually would make sure I had a place over. See, that's why I ended up moving back in with my ex, the roommate, right? I ended up moving back in with the ex because I'm sitting there in Colorado after mom died, 6 months after. This is 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, I'm sitting there in Colorado going, okay, they're raising my rent so high I can't fucking pay for it. Where do I go? I got this. He stares at me. He doesn't suggest. I'm like, well, do you want me to move back to Connecticut with you? What about? He doesn't offer. He doesn't say, hey, come back to Connecticut with me. We'll have family there. None of that. It was always just stare at me like it was just like I was nothing to him other than some chick he knew on the internet from a podcast. I didn't feel like I was his girlfriend. I didn't feel like, help if I need it. I'm not ending anything. I'm not ending anything. I'm just like to the point where I'm to the point where I will find a place for the cat to live and just fucking get on a plane and disappear. And, you know, change my persona, pretend I don't know anybody, and start over again. I think. Anger's a good survival instinct. Place to start, like a foundation I have. Angry. I'm disappointed in myself. I've definitely learned. Like I said, like this is a life lesson. I'm trying to weigh what I did wrong, which was getting angry right away. Not ending things when I knew when it was not healthy. I knew it was not healthy, but then mom died and I just let myself say, you know what? Fuck it though. Fuck it though. It's somebody. And I should not have done that. That wasn't fair to him. I had my ex-boyfriend there who would have helped in just the, you know, friend way and the friend capacity without any murky stare zombie eyes towards you minus the wanting to eat your brains. What do you mean? Your wife died from ovarian cancer. Apparently it can be treated. I'm still shook from 8 years later. I don't know what to think. I'm sorry. It's way too early, if at all, to start over again. What do you mean too early? Cats, I was a cats where I live. Male cat lady. I'm going through grief, so I'm not yelling at you guys. I'm really not. I'm embarrassed that I'm doing DoorDash stuff. I'm embarrassed that I have to go back to somebody who broke my heart and beg for help. That swallowed your pride, alright? So yeah, I am that crappy person. I'm not too much different from the crappy person you knew then. The crappy bitch you spent the night with that time. I'm still her. But I've changed and I've learned a lot, and I think I'm trying to be better, and I think I did a lot better in this one. I did a lot better in this one. Oh. Just angry. I'm disappointed in myself. I just moved out to Vegas, now I got room maybe. I know, it just feels like I just got back, and well, that's why I'm like, I really would like to stay. I just get so angry. My emotions are so raw too, like, I'm sorry, I've been just terrible online and stuff. My emotions are just raw. It's just everything's on the surface. Everything. Like, I guess I've been doing vision questy sort of things anyway. That's kind of what I did. That's what I ended up in the hospital for last year, apparently. You know, you stay up 3 days, you do way too many, you smoke way too much weed, and you drink a bunch of guava on top of that, and who knows what people are dosing you with on top of that. I'm not sure I wasn't dosed then. I don't know what happened last summer. I don't know if I got thrown out of a car or what, you know. The situation just strolled in, mom climbed out, and the money was needed. It's less money right now, because I'm doing, like I said, I'm embarrassed, but I'm doing DoorDash, and I'm terrified of it, and it's scary, and it's not the best, but I'm doing it. And, I need a job that's better than that. Please don't suggest where to apply. I don't even know if I'm like asking you guys for anything. Just, I'm sorry. I think it's more I'm sorry I haven't been online for the past month. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I lose my temper when my emotions are fucking raw like this. It's like I do so well to hide all of them, right? That I go years without letting anything out, right? So that now everything's hitting me all at once. And I know people are just trying to bottom me out of a bad relationship. I really appreciate that. So he's gone. I need to end up now. And I'm not even asking to jump into bed with anybody. I'm like, I probably applied for the job. I didn't swipe you on Tinder. But if you want to date me or just rebound fling, that's the time, dude. Now's the time for that rebound fling to see if we would even get along. Because I don't have any expectations. That's the thing, because, like, oh, I couldn't give Rob a shot once I knew the whole true love stuff was sitting out. So you guys, a long time ago, I'm the girl they literally write songs about, okay? I'm not just the type of girl they write songs about, I'm literally the girl they wrote songs about. I'm the type of girl they wrote songs about too. I'm the type of girl they wrote songs about too. But I'm also literally the girl they wrote songs about. I'm also literally Loose Lois. Take that as you will. Banging somebody before they're famous. I'm not saying who. But I think that cat's out of the bag anyway. And I need to sage the house. You know? You know? Here. You know? What do you think this is right here? I don't know so much about the sage stuff. I've been these are 3,000 years old, 2,000 years old. I can't tell you what dynasty they're from. I do have the certificate of authenticity. They used to have a new Shopti head on the bottom, but I broke that off at the hockey rink when I was blessing it like I'm the goddamn Virgin Mary or something. So, you know, this is sage. I'm burning it. What are you gonna do? Part of why my emotions are so raw is I am tapping into all of the dark side of the psychic energy. I am absolutely 100% facing all of my demons. To do that, you have to go in and face the most horrendous things you've ever done, the most horrendous people you've ever known, the most horrendous actions you can possibly imagine happening to you, whether they are real or not. And, yeah, sage. So we're going around burning... this will probably set off the fire alarm. I should probably put it off. Yeah, because this is not burn sage, is it? No, this is not burning sage. Okay. Thank you, sage. Now we have the fire alarm. Anyway. So, in order to process all the grief that I'm really trying to be reborn from again, I am facing all of the darkest side of the things. That means I am facing all the demons. That means if I am in a deep meditative state. When I was in a deep meditative state and I was in that zone and you can pull in, I saw a demonic face that came up and poked its little head there, and I grabbed it and I'm like, where are you going? And it fucking ran away from me. And I'm like, no, I want to look at it. I want to look it in the face. I'm like, no, you're staying with me. I need to process this. I need to feel you. I need to feel this, right? And I saw this in my third eye when I was in this deep meditative state the other day. And I'm like, where the fuck are you going? And it got scared of me because I am tapping into the most negative, darkest side of the things right now, just to process and come out of this hopefully better and stronger. So my temper is... So I am very short-tempered, right? My nerves are shot. You're an awesome person. There's a good channel for me. Oh, thank you. Here I'm yelling like I scream at the top of my lungs. I try. I really try. My content goes from insane, unhinged screaming and yelling at my audience, which I shouldn't be doing. I'm not yelling at you. I'm mad at this. Please don't think I'm yelling at you. It's perceived as that, to... Oh, some of them I do yell at, though. Yeah, I've done that. I really feel bad about that. To, you know, fun stuff to, oh, you're a right-wing grift tour, you're a racist, you're anti-this, anti-that. And I always kind of thought that my content was not just a thing, one thing or another. I mean, I thought I was doing, like, sometimes I'll talk about Star Wars, sometimes I'll talk about Star Trek. I should be in a metal band. I should. Thank you all. Yeah, thank you guys. I really do appreciate you all sticking with me, even my fucking crazy unhinged. I will do a fun stream at some point. What time is it? It's 4:30. I should be eating dinner. This is what's so hard. It's like my entire life has just changed. My entire routine. I'm alone. It's a year since your dad passed away from young lung cancer. I'm sorry. The entire Ranger Donnie, I'm sorry. Oh. Gotta go real with stuff. Well, thank you for being here. I need to eat. I know, I don't have food. I don't think anyone wants to DoorDash me something. No. Hey, Spank fan, you take me out to dinner. I'll cook. I'll cook you dinner. You don't have to take me. So I'm dealing with like 700 things I'm crying about all at once. So yeah, my whole entire my entire routine is changing overnight. Everything. The roommate's gone. Zam and Dim Sum are gone. He took them, and Rob's gone. He just left without even 24 hours notice. So, like, I was telling him to go. That's the thing. I was telling him to go because I knew he wasn't happy here. I was telling him, to go because we don't get along. We'll be getting along fine, and then he'll do something. And then, or something will remind me, oh yeah, I'm still dealing with this. It's like, oh yeah, I'm still dealing with this. And then I'll get upset. Or he'll try and provoke a reaction. Or he'll like almost wreck. Oh god, how many times has he almost wrecked? Yeah, I screamed that time I came to see you know who here in town in December. I came to see you. And I was screaming at the top of my lungs, and I know you saw because your guy said, and you went to an elaborate show to put on knowing, and I knew you did that. And that's why I was screaming. So you knew that he was running over people, or almost running over people. You knew almost how many times he almost ran over people. And if this is like some sort of anxiety thing to get me not afraid of cars, it just gets me to take it out on him and yell. And yeah, it's like you don't get to almost run somebody over because you're not paying attention, because you're mad I'm dragging you out. Okay, because you're mad I'm dragging you to a place you don't want to go. And that's what it was feeling like, he's like, he would just turn without, he goes without, like now, he left without looking. He got a plane ticket and got his shit, and I'm like, you know what? You're gonna leap without looking, you're gonna fucking pay the consequences for it. Or maybe I will, or maybe it'll be better, right? But he'll turn when there's somebody in the intersection, and after the 700th time of that, I'm like, can you stop trying to kill people? Can you stop trying to run somebody over? Can you stop with this bullshit? I don't care what kind of stress test you think this is. I don't care that this is the thing where you think you're pulling a lot of G's in the car to get me desensitized to anxiety and wrecks, when I'm literally not paying attention and you're almost hitting somebody, you're recklessly endangering my life and almost killing somebody. I can't help but yell about that. He's done it time and time again. He did these things. You saw him on cameras rubbing up against people in Starbucks. You saw him creeping around people's personal space. You saw him beating the fucking seat of the car when I wasn't in it because he was mad at me. He's ripped a shirt. Like this is somebody who gets violent. He fucking ripped a shirt because he was mad that Andre and Tom changed their minds on him. I don't know what the fuck he did to me. Talk to friends. I don't even have any more. They're all gone. Gift to sleep. I think so. I think so too. It's just... Yeah, and since I got back to Vegas, I'm getting all these memories unlocked of shit that, like, I never processed. Like I said, so I am literally Loose Lois, right? I am literally that girl that they wrote songs about. I was so in love, and I'm still in love with this guy. I am still in love with this guy from this band. And like this is just keep in mind, this is the guy that I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna show up being my crazy crying ass, knowing you've been in recovery and got clean in 2012, right? I wasn't going to show up and jeopardize that once I knew he got clean. I had no idea he, I thought I was just fangirling and writing some guy letters, and, I didn't realize it was not one-sided, apparently. Or maybe it was, and he was annoyed with me. I don't know. I'm terrified to talk to him. But that's the one major person I really have to talk to. Because I think the one who broke my heart after, I think we kind of got each other of like, yeah, I was married, I was at a club, we didn't... There was no expectation there. I think. I'm sorry I was married. I'm not now. And I hear we live in the same town now. Or did. I don't know if you moved out yet. But I hear you sold a house too recently. According to the internet. That's who announces your movement, by the way. Mr. Taco Bell drive-thru. The internet. The other guy, I've got to like see whoever he's with uploaded, and I'm like, are you guys together? Are you not? Is this your ex? Is this your current? Because I'm not gonna fucking intrude if he's got a current. And that's the thing. It's like I'm like, he's the one who I'm like, yeah, I'm very happy with you being happy. I hope you're happy. I wish nothing but the best. But for fuck's sake, if now is the time to freaking hash this shit out, now is the time. There's no better time. I have nobody else in this house. Please talk to me. Please answer me. So like I said, I wasn't anticipating. I was only under the impression there was one person from the past popping up. Oh, can't tell. What are others eating? I don't know. Hens. You mean little, sometimes the people mean lost. I know. And that's like, what was Rob? I'm like, okay, I felt like a third wheel in the relationship anyway. I felt like I wasn't nearly as important to him as everybody else, right? It was never an us thing. It felt like, it just felt like he went from mommy's house to me and expected food to be on the table and, you know, groceries just magically appear. Like, you know, yeah, give me, you know what, have your DoorDash, or have your accounts there so I can order groceries for the house, so you see what I'm spending money on, so you see what I got. I don't care, right? Couple shit, you know, realistic stuff. Like, I'm not out there to be fucking buying goddamn expensive handbags and shit at this stage in my life. Who am I gonna impress? I want a guy who's going to realize and appreciate, you know, hey, this is the woman who's gonna be freaky deaky here, and this is the girl who's got my back here, and this is the person I can talk to about these things, and this is the person who is going to love me unconditionally for the rest of my life, and this is the person who's going to make sure that there's food on the table, and there's going to make sure that there's, you know, that the laundry's done if I can't, He's like, I'll do the laundry. I'll do the guys' laundry. I don't care. I'll do the dishes or the laundry. I don't care if, you know, the bills are paid. If the bills are paid, great. I might be a little bored if I'm home all day. I might want to live stream and play some video games. Is that okay? I might make a little bit of money doing that. I don't care. I'm not that bad. That's what I really, really want out of life. And I no longer want to be famous doing the live streaming. I want enough money to live, or, you know, it's like, is there a happy medium where I can do YouTube to an income level that is reasonable, right? Without being so famous on it, or without being so burned out that I have to chase an algorithm. Because I got really burned out chasing the algorithm. Project 2009 Into Darkness. I don't know. I don't want to watch those. I do have the South Park thing loaded up here for later, though, if I feel up to it. Consider my shot hereby shot. Which shot? Consider my shot. What do you mean shot? Okay, duh. What videos or music makes you feel good? I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of stuff. I'm listening to more Danzig lately. Okay. Back listening to Danzig. There you go. Oh yeah, it's busy right now. If we'd like to dash, maybe I will. I don't know. Me. So it's gonna just be me now, and I gotta fucking face my fear and go to these places by myself, and I hate that. Because I'm terrified. I'm terrified to go into these stores. I'm terrified of going to these locations. Oh, you're shooting your shot. Your shot at what? Me? Only you to make yourself happy. I'm not trying to torture myself. I think once I realized the relationship was kind of toxic, I did nothing to save it. And I pushed him out the door. I did. I really did. Once I realized the relationship's toxic, I still have, you know, this somebody I never got over, obviously. And, well, two people. Okay. One of them I could not admit to myself for a very long time, and I was just sitting there drinking and pilling and like, yep, there he is every fucking week. That was my SpongeBob SquarePants moment, or, you know, where you're seeing that thing that reminds you of a heartbreak or your missed shot every week right in front of you. I'm like, yep, there he is, right there. There's his ass. Yep. Oh, he's talking about unrequited love this week. Oh, he's doing the slappy motion because he remembers the night. There he is every fucking week. Oh, he's at our place. He's at the place I talked to him about. And I show up and there's a picture there. And it's like only now I'm realizing, oh shit, we got so much in common. I didn't know we liked game shows. I didn't know we had a music thing in common too. It's like I knew we had that one thing in common. So hopefully he realizes what it means me going to him after I remember everything now. Because I suppressed that one really, really deep. I really did. I suppressed how fucking hurt I was. And how was fucking right in town, dude, this whole time. Right in fucking town. I lived out in the same town the whole time. It's not like our paths couldn't have crossed at any point. Cause like the one who the one from the band, it's like, okay, I figure we kind of did we forgot, like, forgive. It's a huge part there. It's always going to be a part of everything. Move on. What, you know, I didn't realize that one was a huge thing too. So you guys don't know what I'm talking about. I'm being vague. I'm being very vague. My family climbed up from the bottom over the last 5 years. I hear the pain. I make sure you have a roof and food. If it's that bad, strolled through. I'm a stranger. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I forget that it's not like my normal people. So I, for now, yeah. I'm so overwhelmed. Yeah, for the next, I don't know, couple of days, I'm in the processing everything and terrified. Thank you. It's God, and in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't even seem that big of a deal, does it? It seems like I'm just freaking crying over nothing. Oh, boo-hoo, I'm crying over finally having to do the shit that everybody else did. But I've already done this, though. It's like I have to do this again. I have to do this again. I thought at this stage of my life, right? And I'd have to kind of go through all this just completely alone, without even a family member. No. It's all hitting me all at once. It's like, okay, I'm gonna have to come up with deposits and still work and still move stuff and pack and do all of this all on my own and still feed myself and still get groceries in and still cook food and still have time to sleep. Oh God. Do it. It's just so much right now. And I'm driving around in a car that barely... Okay, there's no air conditioning and it leaks oil really bad. I don't know anything about cars. My roommate just signed it over to me, so at least I don't have to pay for one. But before Rob left, I wasn't paying for gas or groceries because I couldn't afford to. Oh God. Like, I applied for food stamps a few months ago, and I got denied because I don't know why. I don't even know why. I guess I didn't prove enough income or lack thereof, and now with DoorDash, I probably made too much anyway. So now with that, and there's still money, a little money coming in from YouTube with you guys, so I do appreciate that. I'm not here begging for money. I'm really not. I'm just crying because I'm so overwhelmed. And as far as content goes, I'm really sorry I haven't been keeping up with content. I haven't been keeping and like, because I've just been focusing on making money other ways, I've been focusing on, which I know that's like not something to be ashamed of, that's something to be proud of, right? It's something to be like, hey, when the going got tough, I stuck with it, and I said, you know what, I'm not gonna just roll over and die. I'm gonna load up the DoorDash thing. I'm gonna have something. I'm gonna at least have something. And then I get shamed by his family for having hobby jobs. I'm like, at least it's something. At least I apply for something. I'm not yelling at you. It's like his fucking family They're like, oh, she's got hobby jobs. It's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't born into a situation where I was able to go to school. I was dealing with home issues with my mom and taking care of her crazy ass and her Munchausen's crap with me. So I didn't have like the best upbringing anyway, so I did really damn good for considering, right? So I'm really proud of that. I pulled myself up out of a lot. So I pulled myself up out of a lot. Really months of stuff. It's okay. I know, and that's the other thing. Yeah. I think this is your Rocky 3 start. See, I didn't watch Rocky 3. Get away, because it doesn't matter, like you said. Just grieving over time lost. Just keep saying, "Oh God, I get better." Yeah, and I know. I'm like, I'm a smart enough and strong enough person where I know that this is a life lesson. I just have to kind of deal with the fear and let it be acknowledged and not bottle it up, because that's gonna make me crazy and that's gonna give me some anxiety attack somewhere else. So I gotta let the fear and the anxiety out, right? So I gotta get rid of that. I don't know. I've got the South Park thing. I do want to watch that at some point. I don't know if that's today or tomorrow, because now it's like getting so hot to do DoorDash in the afternoon. But I should be doing that now, right now. And like I said, there's no air conditioning in the car. I'm 45 years old. I'm menopausal. You should have people to talk to. I don't even have that. Hey, you've got us. You can talk to anybody in chat. At least there's something. Like, I do really appreciate that I have fucking viewers. Oh God, I was so scared I was gonna come on. And I didn't know what I was gonna say. I was scared I was gonna have like 2 people here just saying you suck. And good. We're glad you're struggling. Because you're a cunt and you deserve to struggle. And I'm like, you know, I am a cunt. Maybe I do. They're like, I'm sorry I lashed out on the internet, so I had no idea that what was going on behind my back was shit. I thought I had support that I didn't have. And I didn't realize I was being pitted against people, and it's just like it's like, how much can you take every day when it's just negative comment after negative comment? It's like somebody just wants something to be negative about, wants somebody to fight with. It's like I recognize I'm addicted to being angry, so I really tried to interrupt that. You know, that's what hockey was for. You know, the slap shot. You know, you're supposed to interrupt the signals, right? So, you know, I go to the one place I know I'm gonna be heard for a cry for help the loudest. That's sports. This is my favorite sport. It is the NHL. So I go to the NHL. So I'm sitting there my ass at fucking hockey practice pretty much every day this year. Did you guys know that? Because I just can't take the bitching about Star Wars or Star Trek. I can't pretend that it ruined my life in a way that it didn't. You know, yeah, it's insulting to Luke Skywalker. Okay, yes, but I'm not devastated that a fictional character died on camera. When I have real life people I am worried as fuck about that I'm never gonna see again. Well, I don't know their health status, but if they're anything like mine. Jen, you love yourself. I know, we'll stay. I know. That's why I was like, I'm promising we decide things as a family. So if it does reach a point where you can't find a solution to this question, it's just fine. I don't know. As a family. Everett Smythe, like the Conn Smythe. See, that's why I go to cock. I see Smythe and I'm thinking like the Conn Smythe. I go to the people who aren't gonna like take advantage of me or hurt me, the guys who aren't gonna screw around on their wives, even if I am flirty. It's like, you know, they know they're not, you know, you're seriously, look at me and look at their wives. They know, you guys know. You're like, oh yeah, that's that internet bitch, yeah. Oh, she's still hot for that guy from the show. Yeah, she's still hot from that guy from that creepy show. They're perfect for each other. They both have human ashes. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, God. So here I go from crying to laughing. It feels so overwhelming. This is the first night alone in this fucking house. I'm gonna have to find a solution or a place to go. I'm gonna have to rent a U-Haul, and I'm gonna have to deal with renting a U-Haul by myself and getting a car to the U-Haul place. I have no way to drive a U-Haul by myself. Oh my God. It was all hitting me all at once, just being one person without another person to help. And I know it wasn't healthy having Rob here, because he wasn't doing anything with his life other than being angry at me, because I'm, you know, that like my life is the only one we were living, right? So I know that like I'm not saying I'm scared. So no, I'm not saying like I want him specifically. I'm just saying I'm so overwhelmed with this next phase. I really wish I had somebody here to help with this next phase, because I can't do it. It's like, I don't know how I'm gonna move. I don't know where I'm gonna move. I don't know if I can keep up doing DoorDash with the summer without air conditioning. I don't know if I'm gonna have the ability to keep looking for places and do DoorDash and move. Oh God, I still have to get a mammogram because I don't know if I have cancer or not. It doesn't look like it is, so there's that, according to the initial exam, but then again, who knows? So yeah, since probably October, I've been sitting here scared that I have a lump. Like, what am I gonna do about it? Not realizing that they don't care if you have a lump. They're gonna take 6 months to get a mammogram regardless. So here I had it in my head that I'm like, you know, just gonna not wake up one. Like, I really thought, I really honestly thought, okay, I'm just not gonna wake up one day. I thought it was that bad, because I'm like, I'm always tired. I never have energy. Food doesn't taste good. I have no appetite ever, but you know, the food I eat is just junk food anyway when I do eat, so. Your mom again. Well, I don't even miss her. I've made peace with that, and I know, like, I dreamed about her, you know, I dreamed she was with the angels in this dream, you know, the dream I had right after she passed gave me all the peace that I need to know. Like, she's with the angels, which are basically the aliens, is what it looked like to me. So, you know, we were going along this big hill, down this big hill that I'd never been to before, and I hear this voice, she's with the angels now. So, and just this big beam of white light, like a spaceship almost. So, I know that she and I made peace with whatever issues we had together before she passed. And I did my best to make up that relationship, because at least, I mean, she was my mother, you know. She was my mother, you know, I couldn't. So I did get a at least I was there the last year of her life, right? For the most part, you know, we got to have that relationship of like going shopping and going to lunch. So yeah, I can be sad about that, and I am sad about that, and I am gonna be sad about that, and it's okay to be sad. And you know what? I did my best with the next thing, and I said, here are the things that I missed out on with Mom. I really regretted rushing off of rushing onto YouTube after being around her. I really regretted saying, you know, I get out of here. I gotta get back online. I really regret that. I regret not taking her out to eat more, or taking her up to Black Hawk once. Say, here's a couple $100. Go nuts. I could have done that instead of gone to, you know, buy He-Man figures and shit. I wish she would have told me, like, that's all she needed was a couple of bills paid, too. So I think she gave up once she got sick. She didn't communicate that she was sick. But at least I got my last, you know, like, last year there. And nobody anticipated COVID, so. And she got it a year after. Like, she got it after all the vaxes were out. Like, she could have gotten the vax, and whether vax or not, whatever. I mean, who knows at this point. But she did not, and she did not survive, and regardless of whatever, that's just the case, and I don't want to, that's not a debate or a discussion, it's just, you know, she died of COVID, according to the paper, and I think she gave up. And she was afraid that she heard what was going on the internet, and she just gave up, I think. And I'm really scared I'm gonna give up. I'm scared I'm not gonna have any reason not to give up. Started watching this from the start. Sorry to see your feelings overwhelmed. Oh, thank you, Steve Arts. I'm sorry I snapped at you in the past. I'm sorry I've treated everybody on the internet like you're an enemy. I can't.
Excellent!
I'm really sorry. No, Miss Tendall, she must stay strong. Hope this helps. Thank you so much. It does. I think just letting me vent. I wasn't trying to come in and beg for money on stream. I wasn't trying to. I was trying to apologize for not making content.
Excellent!
I know the pop-ups are distracting. Life is not a box of chocolates, it's a box of turds with a few chocolates in there. I know, right? I don't want to give up. I'm not trying to. All that matters is that dream. You just have to get there. Yeah. I like seeing people suffer needlessly. That's all. Very boring human. My wife and 3-year-old. I agree. Doesn't matter if people are boring. My expectation is that you accept help climbing back up. I guess. I don't know. I want to be happy. I want to see if. I just want to know what the intentions of these people from my past are. If I ended a relationship for nothing. I didn't end it for nothing. He was not happy with me anyway. He was not going to advance to the next stage of life and be a partner. And well, yeah, I didn't say please give me money for this. I'm facing like my brain just gets flooded with like I get 27 things all at once, and yeah, I get like 27 things all at once, right? And because like I know all of the steps and all of the work, and I see it all at once, and it gets overwhelming because like I know that I'm gonna have to like deal with moving and deposits and proving income and bank stuff and tax stuff and how and I didn't make a lot of money last year. If they're looking at my taxes, they probably won't. They'll probably just look at my credit and my bank thing and how much money I have in the bank and how much money I'm making this time. So I'm probably worrying about nothing. And I just need to find a place that's gonna be cheap ish. I It's not going to be super dangerous, not in the worst part of town, but if it's in that bad of a part of town, then at least I'll be close to the job place I want to get to. But then I'm like, okay, well, if not that, then, you know. And with my freaking temper, when I'm like this emotionally raw, I am terrified I'm going to scream again. I'm terrified I'm going to scream because I'm hurting so bad that that's what I do. You know, if I'm like my, you know, my most recent relationship. You'll over this hurdle and clean your own makeup. I hope so. I hope so. Wasn't that walked out and not shared part of his house? It's walked out with less than 24 hours notice after. Well, I mean, realistically though, I've been saying, you know what, you don't want to be here, just leave for this long. I mean, it's one of those things where he under no circumstance wanted to fix the relationship. He didn't want to be with me, he didn't want to fix the relationship, but he didn't want to do anything to break up either. You know, he was just kind of sticking around until what? I don't know, until my roommate left, apparently. You know, I think that might have been the plan the whole time. Just stick it out until the lease is up, and then, you know, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what his intentions were. I thought we were a couple until what? He broke up with me on Christmas, so I'm like, okay, good. My reaction was, oh God, good. Oh, thank God. You don't want to be with me anymore. Good. So hallelujah. I was very relieved by that. Because I knew we were kind of toxic and codependent, right? And maybe I found someone else to go to. Well, that's what I was thinking too, because the way he was in love with his brother's girlfriend. I mean, you know. So yeah, his brother did not know how much time they spent talking to each other in private. So we'll just put it that way. And she was in that relationship before I was, so I was the other woman. I always felt like the other woman in this, and yeah, I was the other woman with him being in love with like all of his brother's girlfriends. Basically, so I am the younger gal. I am the younger gal. No, and that's the thing. Like, I also still have feelings for somebody. So that wasn't gonna. That wasn't going to like once I know somebody else is looking for me who has kind of precedent to my heart over anything. I'm basically saying, Seattle, gee, what's your deal? Can we talk? What's your deal? First off, what's your deal? Can we talk? Third, did I jump to conclusions again? But or not now. Is that the thing where we both like super toxic and unhappy and just reaching out to each other again like we did then, psychically through some mystic random thing of the universe that we have some weird connection from the other side that I don't remember. That's a problem, Mecha, you being the spare tire. I know, I felt like it was the third wheel. So you still have feelings for your ex. You even have one dead one. I'm sorry. Oh man. Well, then when the dead ones come right, when I come back. Alright, I'm muted while I'm sniffling. Except for a reason, sometimes we don't find out so much later. Oh, I know. And I'm like, I know this is a huge life lesson. I've been trying to... That's the thing. I knew this was toxic then. I knew we had a toxic codependent thing then. I knew that anyway. You go to a funeral for your grandma's dad's mom. Oh, no. See, Rob's the type of guy, like, he's the guy, oh yeah, here, say hi to my mom. Here's your new daughter-in-law. And he, like, immediately showers you with affection or whatever. But then again, I thought I knew the guy. I was on a show with him for how long? I thought he was, like, a decent guy. I didn't think he was one of these guys who just chronically date women just to chat up new random people all the time. Like, he's somebody he's out at the bar every single night chatting with random people, and I don't even know if he realizes that he's out there flirting. I don't even know if he's realizing he's out there flirting, because I don't think any woman could stand a chance with Andrea in the picture. I really don't. I don't think any woman, because he's just looking for a mommy to take care of him, and I'm like, I'm looking for a daddy to spank me, like I did back in the day. That's all. He was very tired. You could do that without being harmful or dependent, just by sharing your story. Well, yeah, and like, but no, I think that he genuinely had that emotional thing that he should have been you know what, if she's there, she told me when I finally got to talk to her, he's like, oh yeah, he said he wants to be there and hold your hand if you're going through chemo or this or that. I'm like, he never said that to me. I wish he said that to me. He stares at me and goes to you. He stares at me and goes to you. So I wish he said that to me. I wish I had any indication that he actually gave a fuck about me. But in that whole time he was out here, I get the impression that he's just got one foot out the door, that I'm just like that chick to see if I can be a success story with that he can live off of. I think he was just hoping I was gonna have that fucking influencer money come in, and he'd have that chick to live off of. And I'm like, dude, well, that's the thing, like, I'm not looking for just a sugar, like, I'll take a sugar daddy if they're out there, but put me, you want me to have a job doing something at your place, I will do a thing at your place. I will do a thing at your place. I literally want, like, it's a cool thing. It's like, do you think I wouldn't have gone there? It's like, I paid money to go there. I don't pay money for things. I'm cheap. I don't pay money for that. You want, we could be your boyfriend, maybe. I'm crushing on this emo kid right now super hard, because that's a good safe one, because he's way too young for me. So I'm just crushing right now. I'm like, oh, he's cute. He's got pretty eyes. He's from real close to my old hometown. Yeah, he grew up like the next town over, this kid, or his band's from. I'm like, oh, hello. So I'm like, I'm in the getting out of this bad relationship and scared in the next thing, because now it's like everything. This couldn't have happened he couldn't have walked out 6 months ago, 2 years ago. I honestly thought he was gonna help me move out and then leave. I thought he was gonna drive the truck and then go. And now I'm like, I don't even think I can't even rely on him to do that. He's the type of guy, I'm like, well, I couldn't rely on you then to get an apartment. I can't rely on you now. Oh, come on. I know, right? It's a little late for that. Meanwhile, I'm in love with like this fucking hippie folk singer guy who's just singing the most sensitive stuff, crying his eyes out. And I'm like, oh, cry to me. Let's cry together and get naked. Like, the sensitive stuff. Oh god. It's so funny, right? It's so funny. I think that like bringing up a lot of this stuff from the past kind of finally was the final nail in the coffin for the relationship anyway. It's once that stuff started coming back, it's like, wait a minute, that guy from that night? That guy from that night? Who's this guy now? Who's this guy now? That guy from that night, who was like that guy, and now he's this guy. Now he's like face on buses guy. Face on bus stops guy. Okay. So So he's back, apparently. I don't know what his deal. Like I said, I don't know. Is he taken? I would assume he's taken. I always assumed he was taken. That was my thing. I always assumed he had a ring. He doesn't have a ring though, so I just assume he's taken. But then again, he's my anything goes guy, so I would cross the line if he wanted to with that. Because I'm on the rebound. So, and he was my then. So. What am I drinking? Iced tea with no ice in it. As far as Bakerfield, you're very attractive, but there seem to be more supportive people around. What do you mean Bakersfield? What do you mean supportive? Well, I'm Bakersfield. So. Yeah, oh, thank you for liking. I don't usually like grift. I wish I could get this many viewers for the South Park thing. If I watch the South Park thing in a while, will you watch it? I've been live 3 hours. If I get up and get something to drink, I should really eat something. I'll do some door dashing after the sun goes down. I should do it now because it's nice out. I feel like I'm wasting my day because it just feels like I should be earning an income when I'm just sitting around. Like I can't have downtime. Around here, get more support by default. Well, that's the thing. I'm cute. I'm literally the girl people wrote songs about back in the day. I do have a hot temper, but that's kind of fun in the bedroom sometimes. No, I don't really have a temper except for like fucking being annoyed. So it's like if my emotions are high, I might yell. But no, I'm sorry for snapping about the suggestions. It's just. Like I said, it's not so much the job situation that's bothering me right now. It's more, it's more how you know, if I accidentally see your phone on and I see a text message right up from your brother saying the plane leaves tomorrow, I'm gonna react to that and I'm gonna be like, oh, thank you people for being so horrible that you're just gonna sneak out in the middle of the night without telling me. I really appreciate that. So. I'm sorry I met any of you. You're all horrible. Not you guys. His family. Like, look, you can have your family as a support system. I don't have any problem with that. I don't know why he thought I had a problem with that. My problem was him using me as the scapegoat for things he did wrong with his family. It's like, I did nothing. I don't even know these people. You don't let me speak to them. I've had anger management issues, told her for years, get it sorted, won't listen to me. It's not so much I have anger management all the time either. It's, I am very much aware my emotions are so raw and like it takes the chat a couple of seconds to catch up. It does take the chat a couple of seconds to catch up. So you'll like the chat will keep suggesting and I'm like, oh no, I don't even want to go down that tangent. Like I said, I feel bad when I yell. I feel bad that like I need like a physical outlet for that. I need a sexual outlet for that. I wasn't doing that. I'm just not like that's the problem. He won't. He's like a child. I need that outlet. You could use AMD what? I could use an apartment. Okay, that 1 point scapegoat. Less for me, a few things in the past. Take care, Mecha. Jesus saves. So I went to the guys who look most like Jesus. They tend to attend goal and things and play hockey. I know. I feel like I'm always having a hard time. It feels like there's always a hard time. There's not a just time where I can be like, yay, everything's good in the world. You know? It's like there's not a time with that, you know? And I spent so much damn time. I wasted so much time out here prioritizing a goddamn relationship with a person who didn't want to be in a relationship with me and wouldn't just tell me and wouldn't just leave. And you know, it's not like he was on the lease. It's not like he had his name on anything, right? Then again, like the indication that, well, it's not like he wasn't, for fuck's sake, in Colorado he was texting this woman. So I tried so hard to prioritize a relationship and business almost. It's like I prioritized the fucking YouTube. I prioritized YouTube and screwing around with Rob instead of fucking putting my nose to the grindstone. And is that a dumb thing to do when you lose a parent and you spend 2 years doing something stupid like that? It seems to be downtime, right? And it's like always one thing after another. It's like I was just trying to have like one hit video. You know, it's like having a hit record. You just want one hit. But sorry you're going through this. Don't regret what you did for love. Good time. Good will come. I hope so. And you know, I kind of thought that like once he was in a relationship, he would kind of understand how to be in one, I guess. I think once he was like living there with some, the problem was it was long distance, so we didn't have the chance to like date. We didn't have the chance to be like, you know, downtime, shit like that. We didn't have a chance to do anything. Well, I mean, we had a chance to like date long distance stuff, but we went from podcast to married but living apart almost, right? So. And it felt like anyway, and so once he finally kind of came out and was there for those 6 months after Mom died, I was just not a good girlfriend either. Like, I was just a horrible girlfriend. I had no idea how to process the grief or the sheer amount of shit Mom had. I had no idea how to cope with the stress and all of the things dealing with all of her bills and her creditors and her, you know, switching off her utilities and all of that stuff, going through, you know, the process of that. I just didn't have I wasn't a good girlfriend during that, and I really feel terrible for that. But then again, it's like I don't want to dwell on the if only I had handled things better. I mean, how am I supposed to handle my only parent dying? How am I supposed to handle that? As well as anybody could, I suppose. But you know, it didn't help. He was constantly running to my mom's neighbor too. So there's that. Yeah, I was always like the third person in the relationship. It was like he was in the relationship. And any other woman who was anywhere near us over the age of 50, right? And then me, okay? And then the cats, and then me. I'm like, I can't process shit like that. They'll deal with things differently. I don't judge people for that, especially grief. Yeah, I mean, I screamed and shit. I punched a wall. Mom's house. I was so angry. Then again, who knows what kind of fucking negative shit she had in that house. She was on drugs, apparently. She was on fucking boxes. Oh my god, boxes of Mucinex. Like the stuff you gotta get from behind the counter that has the stuff in it that makes you crazy. The like the Robitussin stuff, whatever that is, that chemical that I can't remember the name of. That thing, like, is what they call, or what they use for robotripping, right? When they drink cough medicine. The way he mocked the way black people speak was creepy. I don't want him he's racist. I'm like, I didn't know what to do about it. Like, it's like, what am I gonna do? You know, like, I also told him to stop farting as loud as he could right in front of me, too. And I don't know. Here I was trying to have the channel of, like, well, as a woman, I don't like it when they pander to me from a vahoo-ha. I don't know about you guys, but I would feel like, you know, if the only thing is the character's skin color. But, you know. You're left here blaming yourself. Seems like the guy, whoever he is, quit on you. Sounds like he's the problem. I assume he's the man off camera. Oh, yeah. The voiceover guy. Yeah, it's not so much, no, I know I do blame myself for some of the things. It's not so much blaming myself. It's like I take accountability for what I did to contribute to the failure. Okay, like I can't honestly, like I can't blame him for everything, right? Like I can blame him for the stupid shit he did. Absolutely. He did a lot of stupid shit. He had never lived outside of his mom's house, never had his name on an apartment ever in his life. He's never had his name on a lease. He has never rented a place with a college buddy or a brother, or, you know, he's never had a roommate, and he's never had that stage of life. He's never done the shitty job outside the home for a shitty apartment stage of life. He never worked at the Taco Bell drive-thru, right? He never did that. He never had that stage of life at his age, because he got to stay at home with mommy and daddy. So his brother's girlfriend told me, he was just the caregiver. He can't change his personality. He's always really friendly. He's the old guy who, you know, all the old women go to who need something. It's like, yes, but I'm the girlfriend, or was. He shouldn't be going to every granny in town. Okay? He shouldn't push me over to help granny up. Trash took himself. I know. And that's why so he breaks up. So this is the type of thing he does. He wants to break up, but then he doesn't leave. Like, okay, and then I'm like, okay, well, where's that money from your house? Oh, you're holding me for ransom. I'm like, you know what, you can give me that money, or half of whatever you got from that house that you sold while we were together. You know, if somebody wants to take that lawsuit, they'd probably spend more in legal fees than it'd be worth, and you could just, you know, drive up a new Tesla to my front door and be like, you know, trade you. They won't want a trade card. But yeah. And like I said, he's a good guy. He just never grew up. And he had some real issues communicating with women, especially me. He had some real issues communicating things in general. He had some very, very severe anger issues too. Like this guy. He got so mad at Tom and Andre from Midnight's Edge for changing the script on him. Having him read, they don't know, they're changing it last minute. Chill. He fucking just tore his shirt. He's like, I just have to tear something, I have to destroy something. So I'm like, what does he do without me? I already kind of figured he was beating the seat. So if anybody had video of him beating the seat, pound, like I'm not talking about beating up. I'm like talking like using his fist, being mad at me and taking it out on the car. You know, he takes stuff out, like. He's mad at me, so he buys a bag of apples and then flings it. With multiple slices of cake, probably. Then again, like I said, I have these VIPs in my past, apparently. Who, I guess, all showed up all at once. And I made a complete ass out of myself and probably ruined it for all of them, huh? I don't know. Because I didn't know it was more than one guy, so yeah, my stupid ass saying, hey, if any of these guys from my past remember me and want to, like, do that, you know. So they're doing this fucking thing where they're, like, you know, coming up behind me during Valentine's Day and stuff, doing, like, fake dates loud enough for me to overhear. So who's the guy with the girlfriend then? So who's the one who has the girlfriend and who's single and who's not? That's all I need to know. Who's not attached? Because, like I said, I don't really want to be a Jolene at this point. But Rob's brother's girlfriend calls me that anyway, despite that not being my name. He really did that. because your grandma didn't even grow up. I know. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to just trash Rob. I don't want to just trash Rob. There's a lot of shit. Like, I was not going to go on and just trash him, but people love tea. People love to spill the tea, so. I just want to know at this point, like, God, we got into a fight on New Year's where he's like, oh, well, maybe if you had said the right things, you would still have friends on YouTube. Like, excuse me? So this is what we were dealing with on YouTube. Like, we were dealing with his channel. Like, he has a personal channel. I have a personal channel. We were doing podcasts on the side channel of a channel that was paying him, which had nothing to do with us. And this side channel was kissing up to this entirely other different side channel, or this entirely other channel that's run by a completely different person. Okay. That they had to talk to see what to do about me when I went against the grain and called them out for a lot of this cancel culture shit that we were supposed to be against. So. Those guys get the chicks, though. It's responsible guys are not excited. Well, he doesn't really get chicks, though. I mean, like, are the chicks he's getting worth it? Like, I was the only real woman he had, apparently. Because he has the flirt with the grannies thing, right? Your person, Mecha. Everyone needs love. Well, thank you. Sounds like you need to stick to the script. Yeah, and if they had given me a script, I would have gladly stuck to it. You know, I would have. The other side of North America and Ontario, Canada. Ontario's not that bad. I'm a pretty big hockey fan, so. Oh shit! Rangers beat my Panthers tonight. Why am I rooting for the Panthers? Matthew Tkachuk's cute. That's why. Shut up. That's a good enough reason. Isn't it? It is. It's a good enough reason, right? Oh, for fuck's sake. So now my whole Twitter feed is just Elon Musk, fluffer stuff. It's just Elon Musk simp accounts. Is my entire Twitter feed. Oh, for fuck's sake. See, I could be a titty model. And just have, like, my entire Twitter account being pictures of myself dressed up. I would hate that. I love redheads. I have no idea. I don't know. I think that's the thing. It's like, that's the thing. I have no idea or care. I thought, I thought we were together. I thought it was, whatever. And so I have the house to myself. And I'm kind of terrified about what I'm going to do, where I'm going to live, how I'm going to get myself to a place to live, how I'm gonna physically do all the stuff I need to physically do in the next, I don't know, month, 3 days. I don't even know how long I have. I fear it all at once. I see it all at once. A buoy, babe. What would be hot? So I'm like, we have very cheap houses. I don't know if I want to go to Pennsylvania. What's in Pennsylvania? Is there anybody in Pennsylvania? Who cares? Who can afford a house on DoorDash money? Nobody. I need a job that's better than that too. I need a job that's better. I'm pulling myself up out of this, and I have not had a lot of time to succeed, and I haven't. It's like, yeah, I knew my roommate was moving out like months ago. Okay, yeah, and I guess I was just waiting for Rob to just step up and either like shit or get off the pot, and he told me in Christmas he was gonna go, and he never did, and nothing changed and nothing got better. I had my roommate say, well, why do you think he's here? Like, I have no idea. well, don't you think he cares about you still? I'm like, I don't know. He certainly doesn't tell me that. You know, it doesn't. Very cheap apartments. YouTube celebrity and YouTube kicks are fat. Oh, I know that. Like, yeah, that's the thing. I absolutely knew that. Oh, I knew that. And I knew that 2 years ago. That's why I was really, really trying my best to take that little bit of money that I got from Mom's shitty trailer and, you know, get a condo. I was trying to get a cheap place. To lower my expenses, because rent is the only thing I can't. It's like I can't pay rent and food. It's like one or the other at this point. But no, I knew YouTube was gonna be fleeting. I knew YouTube was gonna be fleeting then, and I was literally begging to him then. Hey, my rent's going up. Like, before Mom died, I was begging to him. Hey, my rent's going up $400. I can't afford it. Are we? You know, do we want? Are we gonna be together? Do you want to move in with me? Should I go? Where should I consider looking? Oh, that's up to you. That's your decision. It's like, okay, so none of this. Hey, we're together. You know, you should come and see me. And you know, my house is sold. None of that. He didn't do any of that. I think he just I think he realized he was getting money in from a house. He thought he could live off of a woman and take a vacation away from his family for a year or two. He didn't realize that living with a woman meant being in a relationship with a woman, and that I might be angry that he's going to take that money from that house he sold while we were together. Like, you know, and like I don't exist, and just fucking pretend that like I don't. I think that's the thing, and skip out in the middle of the night without 24 hours notice. I think that's it. You made $800 a month. Yeah, well, I don't know if I could do that much in DoorDash a month to pay for it. I'm scared to do it anyway, because Rob was doing that with me. He was doing like 90% of it while I'd sit in the car and smoke weed. So now I'm like, well, I can't sit there and smoke weed now. I gotta actually not smoke weed. So it'll save me money on weed and hopefully dry me out a bit. Let's see. You are informative, and it doesn't seem to be all about money and sponsorship. So I watch you for you. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm not. I didn't want to like get rich off of YouTube. I didn't want to do YouTube to be a salesman. Okay. I did not want to. That was my thing. I wanted to get out of retail. I wanted to desperately get out of retail. So I wanted to. Like, there's a place I desperately want to be. There's, like, a job I desperately want to work for, and I don't... I think he's just trying to piss me off. I think he's just trying to trigger me, just to kind of desensitize me to see what I'll take and what I won't take before he, you know, whatever. I think that's what he's doing, because I think he's been looking at me for this job, or for a job, for quite a while, because he knows me, and he's known me for 25 years, and... or at least known of me from that one night, and has thought about me since, probably. And I know, because I've been staring at his sexy ass for 25 years too. So there's one job that I'm like really, really looking at, that or one place. It's like, if I could just get there, right? And I've interviewed there, but I haven't heard yet. And this is like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna get it now, and I'm really scared. Because it's like, okay, what are we doing now? Is it like a no? Is it like, can you just tell me? Don't let me get my hopes up. But a crap fixer-upper house in 2012 for cheap. Yeah, I wish I coulda. Like, I was just trying so desperately to get my expenses lowered, and I am so disappointed that I don't know. Like, that's the thing. I didn't know what his expectations of me were. I showed him how much money I was making and how much I thought I could make, and said, hey, I came from retail. I don't have college. I don't have a lot of stuff. You know, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not going to be, right? And I think a doctor or a nurse aren't going to put up with that, with his crap either. You know, they're not going to put up. So That's why I'm like, oh no, it's not gonna be another woman. It's just he's in love with fucking Andrea, right? I forget. He's like Father Dougal McGuire. He's more interested in chatting with somebody than actually committing, right? He wants to know he can get them. Because the second any woman actually takes interest in him, then she realizes how much of a man baby he actually is. And I hate using that word, but dear God, if you've never had an apartment in your name at 53, that might count, right? And I hate using that word because I know it hurts people's feelings really bad. And I fucking yelled about it in videos too, because like I'm a woman baby and it hurts my feelings, right? But at the same time, I've at least acknowledged the fact that, you know what, with no college and with no this and with my upbringing, I did really damn good. And I'm allowed to make shitty, stupid mistakes, right? The problem I have with life is that one mistake and you're out of the game of life. You know, one bad relationship, one bad financial decision, one bad job, and it's just over at this point. Divorced this year, I get a place of my own. Oh man, see? And that's what I'm trying. I gotta find a new place too, and I gotta do all that without any money. With just DoorDash now, because YouTube. Maybe family, no. Do a GoFundMe. I don't know if money is like what am I begging for money for? I want a good job. I hope I did. I don't have any family. More super hugs, thank you. There are legends. Yeah, there are. We went through this and I screamed. I'm applying. I know. I just gotta blanket more places and have time to do it. It's overwhelming. I know. There's plenty of jobs. They just have to say yes. Just one has to say yes, other than DoorDash. Okay. Just plenty of jobs. And I still have a monetized YouTube channel. I'm very grateful to still be monetized. Oh my God! Thank you guys so much for allowing me to be monetized on YouTube. I cry to you. Thank you for being my support system. It really means a lot. The way I yell and scream, I just feel like the second I lose my temper, I don't deserve any love. One mistake, and I just feel worthless. It feels like I just put so much pressure on myself to do. I put pressure on myself, and I don't succeed, and I fall apart. And this is the first night without two of the cats. And I was so sad. Like, I thought I lost those cats because that was another roommate. It was an ex, right? Oh, thank you so much. Apostle Prostate. Not much. I feel blessed where I am. Oh, thank you. It's a lot. Holy crap. If you like, I don't know. I don't know how to thank you guys enough for, like, I am just so overwhelmed that you guys would even send $2. Because, like, I honestly, there was a while that I was taking it for granted, and I'm like, well, I need 100 a day, and I'll be okay, right? And I was just expecting to show up and do my streams, and I would get so disappointed if I wasn't getting super chats, to where I had to, like, you know what? I'm not even gonna think about it. And I stopped thinking about it, and then things got a little better, right? Things started getting better. And, like, okay, it's so much fun to have this outlet as an outlet and not the income. Like, I just need to get that sorted and get the place to live sorted and get the, that's the thing. Like, I gotta get a place to live sorted out soon. I gotta get deposits. I hope I have money in the bank still. I just paid taxes from last year. I barely made anything last year, so I made probably less than I had made in retail last year. Of happiness. Last few years have been more than rough. I know. I don't know. I think I've handled it. I think that's the important thing. I've handled it, right? I've handled it and I survived so far. I didn't quit. I didn't just delete my channel. I didn't even quit with the relationship. You know, I said I didn't do any of my bad patterns either. I didn't beg him to stay, which, you know, I haven't begged anybody to stay since I was married, because like I thought that was like, I was so immature when I was 19 when I got married. I should never have gotten married at 19. So I got married at 19. I was divorced at 24 or something. And I was immature. I'm immature now. I'm immature as fuck now. I know that. Everyone makes mistakes. I know. I have a problem. I have a hard time allowing myself to make a mistake, because I feel like I should have known better. I should have known better. I saw mom go through that same path with, you know, guys who just want to go guitar shopping and shit. And, you know, she played guitar and she would date these fucking guys who would just want to go guitar shopping. It's like they're just trying to get information out of you, you know? It's like Rob specifically slamming on the brakes next to streets that have names I'm supposed to recognize, just to get me to look up specifically cooking food, like just all these weird things. It's like, are you a plant? Are you fed? Wasn't married at 19, still am. Morbid, yeah. Led by us. You still love your parents. Well, see, my mom's gone, right? And my mom, like, I didn't know my dad really, so she left him when I was young. So there, now people can use that against me. So I got raised by rock stars. So that's my in comics. Rock stars and stand-up comedians. That's who raised me. So, you know, because my stepdad died when I was like in 2009. So. Which wasn't really a stepdad. It was like mom's boyfriend who she was with for like. So. And like the only thing I remember from him was hockey. So. We watched the Avs. So. First, I wish you would keep the red hair. You look great with red hair. So do you make it feel better? Second, you don't quit. My ex took 21 years and walked away. Like you, I didn't quit. It's going to get worse, or at least I'll feel like that. It won't get better. Stay true. Like you have. Oh, thank you. Well, and I'm not even like upset about the relationship part ending. It's more the routine, because the relationship ended a long time ago. It's just going through the motions with somebody who you know doesn't want to be with you for this past 6 months, right? It's just going through the motions of the breakup in real time while you're still trying to get along and pretend like nothing happened. For what reason? I don't know. I don't even know. It's like, I don't know what universe, like, he can be like, okay, well, I don't want to be with you, and then not just take his stuff and go, or not do anything to be like, and we can work this out, and if we want to be together, these things are going to change, right? He didn't do any of that. It's like, because he's never been in a relationship with anybody, so he didn't do that. Like if I was in like a couples counseling situation with somebody I was in a relationship with, and we were going through some disagreements or whatever, well, first off, I try and talk to people and say, here's my expectations, here's my needs, here's whatever. And if my needs aren't getting met, I will ask, right? It'll be like, hey, I have this need, I have this desire, hey, dishes need, blah, will you please dishes, you know, will you please trash, will you please... So I have needs. I have expectations of people, like if I'm with somebody domestically, you know, I think maybe discussing dishes routines might be a thing. I'm kind of set in my ways, and I yelled at him for I don't know what. Oh, dumping coffee in the sink on top of dishes and not rinsing it. So you know how you get that stale coffee smell in the sink if you just kind of dump it and it sits, and I'm like, I don't even drink coffee. You bored his house here out here, lots of peace and quiet. Maybe. Peace and quiet's always best. I mean, and maybe it depends. Is there hockey to watch? Like, that's the thing. Like, that was my routine more than anything, is sitting there watching those guys, seeing their faces every day. I'm like, I miss them. I miss their energy. Literally. I'm literally going to hockey because it's the single most high energy psychic hotspot in town. So I'm trying to desensitize myself to all that positive, and it's just blowing out my circuits every day. It's just overwhelming, and it's making Rob bounce back and forth like a crackhead. Well, we fucking go to Denny's, and he's like, how long have you noticed? When I'm like, dude, you act like you're on coke. How long have you noticed? I don't know, the way you go and you sniff around. Maybe that's how I know, you know? Since Casa Bonita. Since we took you to Casa Bonita in 19. That's how long I've noticed you act like a crackhead. How many lover partners fight over date nights? I don't know if it wasn't even like a date night. It was, what were we finally fighting over? I don't even remember. I don't even remember what we were fighting over. Oh, not getting his brother's number in case of emergency after him living out here for 2.5 years. Yeah, or living out here for 2 years, living in Colorado with me for a half a year. So they say dishes and chains. I think I said dishes and something. Dishes and shit, probably. I think going into a new thing, I'm much more open. It's just once I got this, once we got to the point where Mom died and we were doing, cleaning out her house, getting all that shit dealt with. I think once you deal with that, dishes and trash. Yeah, probably that. Yeah. I gotta probably eat something. I think I gotta do that, and then probably do some door dashing tonight. Now that another new phase, but so soon. Well, that's the thing. Like, I knew the relationship was over, and I was just kind of like just waiting for it to finalize at this point. It's like, all right, well, I need to process this and deal with the emotional, grief, right? I need to go through the stages of grief here. Log in with YouTube. Why isn't it logging into Streamlabs now? Well, I want this one. Allow. Why is it not allowing me? I'm trying to sign into my thing to see if I missed anything. So you say the perfect name for a BDSM cooking podcast. Oh, that works. Dishes and chains. You know what? We could do it. Who wants to do it? I'm gonna have to freaking... I'm gonna have to do something at this point. I'm gonna have to do something. I probably don't have to do DoorDash tonight. I think you guys are taking care of me very nicely. I really, really appreciate it. I don't want you guys thinking I'm just sitting here begging for money. I would much rather get a call or get an email from my dream place, from my dream man, saying, you could just work here. I mean, realistically, it'd be like, I'm single. You want to bone a little bit while you work here? That would be ideal. I don't know if he is or not. Do dishes, take out trash at times. Yeah, and like, okay, that's perfect to have like weird little, you know, things like. I guess it's like dishwasher routine. I'm the type of person, I will, you know, put a whole bunch of, I will put like 3 or 4 things in there all at once rather than one thing at a time, so that once the sink gets full, I can, basically that's enough to then load up the dishwasher and run it, right? Because by the time, he would do one at a time, and I got confused by, like, wait a minute, why don't you do all of them? If you're putting anything in, you know? So I'm like, well, if you're putting one in, why can't you put the rest in, right? Otherwise, I will just do it and do them all at once. Then I can arrange it how I want, and I don't have to rearrange it. And you know, that's kind of how I do it, because like, it's just easier to do it that way, because I can kind of glance at what I have in the sink. I can kind of space it out in the dishwasher. I don't know. I got to lighten up on some of these things, and I didn't realize I got that bad again domestically until I had somebody come in and do things completely different. So next relationship, I'm gonna like be more aware of that, of my naggy shit. That's for sure. I'm definitely gonna be more aware of that. Oh, which is better for car deliveries, DoorDash or Uber Eats or Uber? I have no idea. I'm doing DoorDash because red means bad. Red means I am fearful that I'm going to get shot while I'm out. Uber Eats is the green one. I can probably load that up too at some point. Lifted, another weight dropped on. I know. Well, I mean, it's all this stuff. It's like, I knew it was codependent keeping him here because he's just doing shit like taking out the trash and doing all the physical and this and that. But I also then rely on him to do everything because I don't know why. Because I want to spend time with him, but I also need to have all this. That was the thing. I was trying to spend time with him and earn this huge income all at once and overcompensate for me rushing home from for YouTube from mom. Like if we'd be out and I'd be taking her to lunch or whatever, and she was alive, right? I would rush home to YouTube to get away from her, and I feel terrible for that. But she and I didn't get along all the time either, and I would have my moods, and I would just, you know, I think I have low blood sugar and I might have diabetic something, so I am noticing that quite a bit. Well, making your bed and clean your house for you. Would help you make your bed and clean your house for you. See, I need somebody more to pay the rent. I want to do the making the bed and clean the house. I'm not even somebody who makes the bed, to be honest. I'm more into messing it up. Like, yeah, I'm gonna put another stain on that mattress if you let me out there. Because I squirt sometimes. Oh well. And then I overly flirt and get overly sexy. Because I can't control it. So no, I'm more broken up at the codependency ending, and I'm very scared. I have a lot of stuff to handle that I really wish I had somebody to help with, like moving. I really wish I had somebody here to help me move. I wish I had a place to move to. So, yeah. It's really warm in here too. So I also have been holding it. It's like, do I get up to pee, or do I just, you know, maybe do I run a commercial and get up to pee, or just I leave it and be like BRB? I don't know. If I do a commercial, are people gonna leave? And then like can't even do the commercials anymore because is he gonna be mad because he did the voices on him? You know, I really loved having a personal voiceover guy, but I also really wish, you know, it would have paid the bills. And they're just, how do you process all this, right? This was kind of what I was afraid of 2 years ago. Was I was gonna lose the channel, but now it's like, okay, well I already have the channel gone. I got another income source set up, but now what? it's not a good income source. It's not a good income source. Yeah, the toxic codependency need to be changed. Preferably, I know. I knew we had to cut the cord from each other anyway. I knew we were just getting codependent on each other. I knew in no way, shape, or form was he going to get off his butt and do anything ever without anybody asking him. I think his goal in life was to retire. That was kind of my goal in life too, was kind of retire, but I needed to have the bills paid to do that, you can't just retire and you can't just show up in Vegas and treat it like even my roommate's like, yeah, he just felt like another roommate in the house. It's like so it was this toxic codependent freaking thing, and I knew that then, and because it was wrapped up personally and business wise, like the channel. I used too much commercials in the channel after a while. Like I used that as a crutch. I really did. I used that as a crutch. To have an excuse to stay together and to not do anything to make him leave. But then outside of the channel, like we were good and then we weren't. Like we would get along really, really well until something would happen and then we wouldn't, right? And that's pretty much every time I'm in one of these relationships where they're treating me like I'm a fucking quest. Like I'm a prize, like I'm a fucking Lord of the Rings fucking ring to be carried up the mountain or something, instead of girlfriend, It's like I'm always a stop on the journey. I'm never the one well, that's not always true. Like I gave it a really good shot before him, I thought, I don't know. There's shit I did wrong in that one too, and yeah, that's where we're at. Where I get to this. So, I wasn't doing anything to try and keep him here, and I wasn't doing anything to to make him want to stay. I wasn't doing anything to make him want to stay, because I figured he was that unhappy with me the whole time. He was never going to change anything, right? And I did improve a few things, right? I think I did improve a few things once he was saying how unhappy he was. But then again, it's like, if you're unhappy with me, I'm kind of like, okay, well, we can't just be dating like we're in high school and you can go over to your, I'm at the point where I need like a more solid relationship than, somebody who moves in with me but won't unpack their stuff, right? Which is literally the case. He literally had one foot out the door. I thought he was going to be here for a week, I thought that this was it. I thought, okay, I'm moving back in with my ex, right? The one for him. So, ex-roommate, ex-whatever. And we even had this thing where it's like, well, maybe we'll get back together or not. I don't know. But Rob stayed here, right? So Rob stayed. And so yeah, that's the part where I scream and I cry and I don't know what to do, and it's a 4-hour stream, and I'll probably leave it up as my only content, and it'll go viral because it's the biggest video I've had in a year. And I still have the South Park special to watch, but yeah, it goes both ways. Both have to work together and make it work. One can't shoulder everything. Yeah, and I'm like, I couldn't be the only person in the relationship. He had to communicate things to me that he never did. I was clearly the third wheel if I felt like it. I'm not stupid. I know that you're more in love with your brother's girlfriend than me. It's like, I'm not stupid. I just didn't think it was like that big of an issue. I didn't think, I thought it was like oh, well, yeah, but she's, with my I didn't think that they were constantly texting each other every day. I didn't think it was that big of I didn't think he was like going to her yelling about me on the fucking back porch or on in the front driveway, I wasn't expecting it to be this way for this long. No, I 2 years now he's been out here. I really thought he was gonna go sooner. I really thought, right? I thought that first 6 months, seeing, okay, what's going on with this and that. And then and then we just kind of treated Vegas like an extended stay vacation, I think. And I never got into my routine. I never got into my streaming routine because it's really extremely hot in the summer and extremely cold in the morning. Bills are expensive. This house is way too big. Even my roommate's like, yeah, had I known, I would have just had a cheaper house last time. And I'm like, I know. I wasn't expecting to be a breadwinner in a relationship with a 50-year-old man who never had an apartment in his name. I expected that at his age, once he was running out of money, that he might, I don't know, earn some. I didn't expect he was coming out here with this money he had from years and years and years ago, right? That he was just gonna fucking dole out a little bit at a time as he needed, instead of to, have a plan to hang on to that by having an income and paying bills, a lower amount of bills, take a little bit of that and you put that towards a down payment or something. But no, I can't have that in my life. Apparently I can't have a boyfriend who is an adult. And at my age, I'm kind of scared that I am too much of a child at this point, like just having shitty YouTube at this point. And it's like, I've been an influencer for, I've done YouTube for like a decade, guys. I'm not getting younger. So I've been on the internet for a while, and I've been, I did retail before that, and before that I was married, and before that I was a teenager. So, I did fast. Yeah, Taco Bell drive-thru guy. If you're not married and you're in town, I have no but. Hey, Taco Bell drive-thru guy, the guy who let the napkin fall. I want to fuck you again. I really, really do. I was there staring. I never admitted that. I'm sorry. I should have. I never thought I was good enough for you. I thought you hated me. Okay. I goddamn recognized you in 2004, okay? And I knew you were here in town. I think when that memory started coming back, and I realized what I missed out on there. And I'm not talking about the money. I'm not talking about money. Okay, I'm not talking about money and sports cars or anything. I'm talking about where he went without me. Everywhere I wanted to go. He's there doing everything I wanted to do. My fucking perfect guy. Right there, doing everything I wanted to. And I was too afraid. I was too afraid to try and meet him ever. I was too afraid to try and goddamn meet him ever. Because I thought he hated me, and I just figured. Like, I mean, look at me and look at him then, right? Well, you know who I'm talking about. So that was that one. So that was the one I'm, like, getting over right now. That's the missed opportunity that's, like, I'm really sad about right now. Because the one I made peace with. The one I made peace with. Oh, I didn't expect all that emotion to come right back either. So that's 2 shots of me. So since coming back to Vegas, all that has kind of resurfaced on top of, yeah, like when Mom passed away, I kind of knew that somebody very special from my past was there. Like I said, I got 2 VIPs who are not nobody in my past. So. Here for you, do anything I can. Oh, thank you. I don't know what I need other than a good job and somebody to help me move. I just need to cry about everything, and like people don't know what the hell I've been going through lately. Self-imposed punishment. It was. Well, I thought I had, I was in fantasy land back then in those tapes. I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't think you were gonna listen to it. I didn't think you. Here's the thing. I didn't think you were gonna listen to those. I didn't think you were gonna listen to those tapes. I hoped. I don't remember what I said on a lot of them. I was in fucking La La Fantasy Land, seeing ghosts and shit. Half in and out of Fantasyland, making sense with what other PTSD shit that I'm sure I don't remember. Like, why it's still funny that somebody's middle name was Melvin, who I have a very flashing memory of for some reason. And dreamed about after. So, there's some shit that I think that might have happened that I don't remember from back then, right? Overload or raw nerve, right? Yeah, raw emotion, really raw emotion right now. So sorry being a content creator. It's a really noble thing to do. PTSD and hide my house. Fear people like you in the most human conversation. I get it. Hearing another human. For me, I pick up on their social cues. I pick up on how they look at you, like if they look like, oh, you're trash. Oh, I'm not, like the people I rent this house from would not accept my resume. They would not accept my resume at the job fair. So I kind of know, I can sense what they're thinking and feeling, or they're, see, I don't know if I'm just feeling it or if I'm just noticing it, on a subconscious sort of level where, I notice their body language, but I definitely feel when they're mad or sad, or, you can tell if somebody likes you or not, right? Usually. And that raw emotion really gets me every time. So me being in very close proximity to like Rob left, the energy in the house is completely different. Rob's gone, the energy is completely different. Like he was just this cancerous, negative thing that you notice. It's like it's lighter, the mood's lighter. People here are more real than IRL people. Yeah, sometimes, it's like I think we see the internet though too, and we kind of worry that people in real life are gonna flip out more than they are too, because you see those videos of like people flipping out over something, and you're like, oh god, that's gonna happen. So I just assume that's gonna happen. It's called hypervigilance, yeah. Time to heal, and it will get easier. I know. I'm so terrified now of. It's not even like the relationship I'm sad about. It's the tether, right? It's like I now have to do all of this stuff by myself that I'm scared to do by myself, and it's like I just need that. I just need a good job to come. I need a good job to come in. That's not gonna be like. Like let me stand in a room and jump scare people or something. Let me do something. I'm not. And more positive energies. I do. I'm probably not going to stream too much longer here. I got to get something to eat and get some door dashing maybe, or not. I don't even know if I'm going to tonight. Because I was doing it with Rob, and he was so much more personable than I am, because he can just go into the stores and pick up those orders and talk to people, and I am scared of it. I am so scared of it. But I think that's a good thing. So yeah, he woke me up at 5:30 to ask if he was getting an Uber to the airport, if I was asking him to stay, and I'm like, you know what? If it's 5:30 in the morning, and you're waking me up to ask if you're going to the airport or not, and your brother just got the ticket yesterday, like, I don't know, did I jump the gun and just kind of force him into this? Maybe. I don't know, but it just feels like he was sneaking out the back, like he was just sneaking out without telling me, and he just needed any opportunity to get, and now that I gave him one, now I'm terrified, because now I got nobody else here, and I was really, really hoping that he would have gone 2 years ago, or a year ago, or 6 months ago, and not waited until the absolute worst time, the same day my roommate. So that's the only thing that, like, I'm just so fucking alone right now. It's like, had he left 6 months ago? Had he left a week ago? Use a bike and get out to Vegas Wednesday night bike cruise. I don't have time. I don't have time. I'm gonna be doing DoorDash, and I'm scared to do that now. I'm like, I don't know if I can hold all that stuff. I don't know if I can carry all that stuff. It's like, God, I didn't do that part of it, other than just dropping them off. Like, I didn't do the part where I have to, like, have my wallet. Look back on the years that you've overcome. You can never come this year. I always had a soft spot to fall back on. I don't know. I don't have any people. I don't have roommates. I don't have friends. I have internet people. It's like, this is the third time now. Like, the first time was when I got divorced and my stupid ex-husband left me that house that I couldn't pay for with no job. And that was 20 years ago, right? And he's like, oh yeah, you can pay a $500 lease and $1,300 mortgage. It's like, you know what? Now I can pay a $1,300 mortgage. At 19, at 22, at 23, I could not. Not in 2003. I could not pay that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure something. It's like, I'm scared to stop streaming and actually go out and do something, and I'm scared to eat dinner, and I'm scared to, like, I only had I had peanut butter on a tortilla for lunch. I've walked 9,000 steps today already. I don't think I've barely eaten today. Well, it's gonna be 92 tomorrow. 8,000 steps. Yeah, I'm at 8,000 steps today. But I really, really appreciate you guys letting me cry and yell and something in the road. I just hope something works out here. Really, like I said, I'm ready to give the one I made peace with a real shot this time. I'm ready to see. Like I got two of them I'm on the crossroads of right now, if I'm really honest with y'all. I got a shot, like, I got two of them. I'm like, who do I focus on? Because I don't want to get on Tinder. I want to see before I get on Tinder, I want to see what's up with these two I'm at the crossroads with, right? The two I couldn't live without, I suppose. And like the one I kind of treat like he's an ex-husband anyway, because I'm always gonna love him, always. God, I would love to actually have a shot with him for once. Heard him fucking call my name on stage, and I'm like, oh, you remember? Is this real? So I start crying like a little. I'm like, oh my god, there he is. And he's staring me. So they're crying. Alright. But I came to Vegas because I don't know anything about where he was, because we were, ships passing in the fucking middle of the day, right? Ships passing in the night almost. But there was that real fucking feeling. Now, I don't know if I'm just sensitive and feel everything around me anyway, and just he pours so much emotion into his stuff. So that one, like I said, once they write a song about you, when somebody writes a song about you, you kind of like, they're a part of you. It's a part of me. It is a part of me. I'm literally that girl they write songs about. So between that and the night I had that would have been written in songs, those tend to be in rap songs though. Rap songs like she hit the floor. So I go from crying to laughing. From crying to laughing, right? Because it's all raw emotion right on the surface here. It cries, there's no dishonor in it. I know, grieve the things you lost to the fullest, this stuff for. And that's what I'm trying to do. It's like I can't deny that's such a fucking huge relationship, and I knew it was a huge one. I knew it was gonna fucking hurt, and that's why I've been like trying to fucking pull the band-aid off for years of this one. I was trying to end it as soon as I knew it wasn't gonna work. Like as soon as I knew he was not gonna be the guy. You know, as soon as I knew it wasn't gonna work, right? But by then it was like almost too late, because and the channel was so tied up in, you know, me wanting a new commercial and wanting him part of it, and you know, I never felt adequate enough with like Bond or comic books or whatever. Forgetting like I don't have to talk about any of that. I can just do fucking commentary. I'm me. Why am I not the same person? Why am I not summoning Lily from the grave in every aspect of my life? I have no idea, you know, why I can't just summon that persona every time. I need that confidence again. Yeah, it's definitely being sad and mad at the same time. Absolutely. I mean, that's what grief is. You know, you're angry at this stuff. It's okay to be angry. And I was telling Rob, it's like, look, I'm gonna be feeling these things. I'm okay. I'm allowed. It's like he didn't want me to be mad about stuff. It's like, you know what? If you have this much of a secret thing going on with your brother's girlfriend, and he doesn't know about it, you know, I don't think you understand that you don't get to bullshit your way out of me feeling a certain way. It's like, regardless of what you claim it was, right? The fact that it was so intrusive to the point of secrecy behind his brother's back crossed the line for me, right? And I'm gonna be angry about that. And I'm going to be sad that I didn't put a stop to it sooner, knowing he damn well texted her all the time. He's like, oh, she's like a mother to me. Well, you know what? Crawl back up mommy's vahoo-ha then. I need a man who, you know, wants to have a daughter, not a mom. Right? I think that's the difference. It's like men, once they get to this age where they want, where they are kind of parental. But I've just never had the opportunity to succeed and have that. Because like I always wanted, like before I was gonna have a kid, I wanted to be married and have a house and have enough money to support it before I would bring anybody into this planet. So I never succeeded in that myself. I was gaslighting my feelings. Always Always. Like, he'll say my reaction and not the 700 things that led up to it. You know, he'll say, yeah, she asked me if I was a spy and said I was married. It's like, well, you act like a spy and acted like you were married. You know? Oh, Lord. Hey, I still have this. Still have that. How many of these you see floating around? This is pretty ancient too, isn't it? It's getting copper colored or discoloration. I don't know. I mean, like Morbid, you've been around for this whole time. You knew. Like, I would sit, you know, on panels with people or after panels talking to my friends after, you know, the one streams, and I'm like, well, I would love it if he came out. I just wanted to be with him, and blah blah blah, and all this stuff. And even my friends were telling me to dump him then, right? So I don't know what else. Like, I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I don't know what else I could have done other than hashed out, well, here's my expectations, here's my needs, and if you don't agree to work on, you know, getting some sort of an income outside this home, I can't be with you. You know, if you don't work on getting, you know, your name on an apartment, I can't, because I have to. Like, I have to. I wish I had the option of crawling, you know, crawling home to my brother's girlfriend, but I don't. So, it's terrifying. Oh, and the secrecy, the way he would, just the toxic stuff. The toxic stuff. Just every morning, an argument, an issue. Every morning, it's just overhearing him arguing on Twitter with somebody. He's probably arguing on Twitter with somebody right now. He's probably got home and won't even, like, acknowledge if he... That was the thing. Remember when he'd fly back and forth, he wouldn't even acknowledge if he landed or not. You know, he would be late for planes. How many times did he miss his flight? I couldn't tell you. Things in the open, especially between lovers. Yeah, I know. Like, I'm not good with all the secrecy, right? I'm really not. I'm not good with all the secrecy. I'm not good with being the third wheel or the second person in the relationship. I'm not good with. Yeah. Oh no! Now I'm seeing something outside. What's going on? I'm seeing the sun reflect. I'm getting very tired. I should probably wrap up, huh? I should probably wrap up and eat something because I've barely eaten today. Barely. Your privacy, there's different. Oh yeah, like I'm not gonna like say you can't have private conversations. I don't care. I just need to know, you know, when you're fucking running out on me so I can. I think that's it. He was just kind of just hoping to skip out in the middle of the night after things were getting bad. You are good at the Trey Parker School of Thought, and yes, you should definitely eat. Trey Parker. Now I'm the female Trey Parker. I can get high and, you know, do the Doctor Strange thing. Oh, that's what you guys are looking for. That's what people are really looking for. The female Trey Parker who can get high and do the Doctor Strange shit and time travel. But that's another topic for another day. It's the thing that people are actually looking for me for. You know, the spirit walking and shit. Yeah, well, what do you do if it's a soul that won't die? It'll just go on to another body. How do you, I mean, isn't that something that basically you bend to the whim of, you know, like your entire planet would bend to that whim, because then you would have proof of somebody coming back, like, you know, Rainbow Nights, blah, 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 something like that. And, I don't know what I'm talking about. People don't know what I'm talking about. Taylor, I make a good husband to a good woman who wants a family with me sometime. You know, probably would. I'm to the age now where I'd be terrified. I'm terrified of that. I am really terrified of having a kid. I'll be really honest with everybody. That scares me to death. The thought of, being in a hospital in labor, the thought of dealing with like other parents, dealing with all of these parent terms and medical terms and baby terms, having no experience with that, having no children and no nieces or nephews or anything. Like, my second cousins were younger than me. Like, I was a decade younger than everybody else in my family. So the soul is energy. Energy can't be destroyed, only transferred. Yeah, but the consciousness too, though. The consciousness is like we're seeing. I think we're seeing people coming back fully aware of who they were. So you like, what if it's like the World War II bad guy? What if it's like him and his guys? What if, the World War II bad guys who went to Egypt found all that stuff and came back and can't be killed and can't be destroyed because they found, the Rainbow Connection or whatever. Will you stay strong? Eat. I should. I don't even know if I have anything. All right. My voice is going. Thank you guys so much. I hope I didn't yell at you guys. I'm very angry with my situation. I'm very sad and very depressed. I'm scared. I hope they don't change the locks on this. I hope I do have an extra month to get out of here. I don't know what to do. I don't know where I'm going to live, and I need somebody to come in and rescue me. Because I might just give up at this point. Because I'm really overwhelmed, so thank you so much. Like I said, I really want to give Seattle a shot. Well, the guy from... You don't know who I'm talking about anyway. That guy, the singer. I really wanted to give him a shot. If he's... I don't know who's not taken at this point. I came to Vegas because it was more familiar. I swallowed my pride and went to the guy who let me fall at the drive-thru and begged him for... I don't know. Forgiveness? Forgiveness. Job. I don't know. I'm begging you both for permission for me to be happy. Can I be happy? Can we end this? My back's up against the wall. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, I probably won't give up. I'm just scared of it. I never have before. 45 and I haven't given up yet. So.